everyone. Look at all these faces! The crew is back. Because it's game 50, and now Julia doesn't have to get up at 3 in the morning.
Yay! I can see the sun again, guys.
Yay.
They're letting me out.
It's still early, but not 3 in the morning. Oh my goodness. Welcome back. This is game 50 of our campaign. We've made it this far. Yay! Yay!
Holy shit, you guys.
I know, right?
Who would have thought?
I just sure as fuck didn't. That's how that works, because I didn't at all. So, real quick, a couple of things. If you're new to the stream, howdy. Thanks for jumping in here, because the shit's getting weird. We have a Curse of Strahd campaign that will be back in a couple of weeks. Slam Vanners episode 3 just went up yesterday. That's available on Twitch and YouTube, and I realized our Twitch channel YouTube link disappeared, so I will fix that after the game. But that's available, and then we'll be posting the interlude Catbutt in every time. Oh, but he loves you. We'll be posting the next game probably in a couple of weeks. And then, if you haven't seen it, our Twitter, @terrible_party, there's a dice giveaway going on right now. And some books being given away by the amazing James Wilson, one of our buddies. And it's for our 50th game. Seriously, if you don't fucking want some dice or some books, I don't know what's wrong with you. But all you have to do is tell us your favorite gaming moment of the year, because we're going into a new decade. So
I want to join, but I can't join, so join for me, guys.
There you go. They all got dice gift certificates as Christmas presents. It's
Haley is awesome.
So, all right, let's recap, because a lot of shit has happened. Last game found you all being challenged, well, Naraxis being challenged, we'll say, by an entity that you first met in Kymel, wearing the War Pride armor that belongs to our Dragonborn. We had a guest, Steve from Classless Characters, played the Dragon Master, and he challenged Naraxis to a duel while harassing the rest of the party with annoying Dragonborn skeleton fighters. Skeletons, zombies of Naraxis' fallen companions. I'm telling you, the knife is just, like... Yeah, anyways. Naraxis went down twice. Alicia went down once. They followed the Dragon Master into his lair and eventually put him down and have reclaimed the War Pride armor, which I will note, you've not put on yet. So that's we'll get there, I promise, pretty quickly. Ellie Istis, we will now use her proper name, rescued you all and brought you to Celestian's Gift, where you can now access the Yellow-Eyed Hunter, otherwise known as Obad High, and we will start right there. So you all are standing before this massive tree, and as you're kind of looking at it, it's made up of every type of bark and every color of wood, even some of the stuff that you've seen in the Feywild before. And in front of it is sitting a massive black cat with bright yellow eyes. None of you have ever seen this entity before except for Hazel. And he just bows his head as you approach, and he says, "This has been a very long time in the making, my child." And he pulls up one paw. "These are yours. You've come a long way, so take your prize."
I look at what he has in his paw.
Sitting on the ground underneath, it just looks like it's wrapped in stars. You can't really tell right now from the distance you're at.
Okay. I look at it. I don't take it yet. And I look back at him and I ask, how long has this been in the making for?
Since before we decided to create the first world. I envisioned a race of you, of creatures who could walk amongst other humanoids, but also transform and help guard and roam the wilds. And thus, the Lycans were born.
Yeah, so that means you're technically the father of all Lycans? Not just me, like everyone who transforms, like I do? Well, or similar to how I do.
Everyone who existed from the place you originated from. The Lycans in your world are descendants of them, but they are not mine. And he points at Neuraxis as his appearance changed to fit what the Dragonborn looked like in our world. That is why there are no other were-tigers quite like you. You are the last.
So in other words, in our world, lycanthropy does come from you, but you do not take any responsibility for people from our world afflicted by this curse today.
It was not a curse in our world. It was a gift. It's changed since then through no control of mine, and it's now treated as an affliction. You could change that. You could change minds.
In what way?
I know not. You have more power and unique abilities than your brethren. You could train them, you could teach them not to fear their own powers. You have wizards in your world.
Not to fear their own powers, you say. I'm not entirely sure if I've learned that lesson myself yet.
You will. Hazel is the OG, that's true.
Daddy issues, that is also true. Okay. So, if I am your child, then how come I was left with someone else for them to raise me?
Everything that you've experienced up until a certain point in your history was past any of our abilities to control. We've been stuck in either our own remnant planes of our making, or like Ralashaw's trapped within his own confines of a sword. We're all that's left, and once you leave here, I don't know that we'll exist much longer. I'll let Istis explain that. It's not my purpose here.
Then what is your purpose here?
And he just kind of nudges the items underneath his paw to give you these.
I turn around and I give Neuraxis sort of like a questioning look. Sort of like, what do you think? Should I take it?
Like, looks behind him at just a single nod.
Okay. And I step forward and take the item, or whatever it is.
2. It is a crossbow and a quiver. I'm going to give you the card for this. He says they are called Nova and Andromeda. Nova is the crossbow, and as soon as you even start to get near it, you can see that it's like it casts off its own galaxy a little bit. There's these swirls of stars, constellations you've never seen before, that almost like a projection kind of come off of it. So it's a +2 hand crossbow. And you can see the damage there, but it allows you to deal extra necrotic damage, and if the target is resistant or immune, the damage is actually reflected back to you in the form of temporary HP. So if you can't hit an enemy with necrotic damage, or if they're resistant, you just regain that as HP. It gets fed back to you. And then Andromeda is the bolt quiver, and it provides you with an endless supply of bolts. It actually acts as a pocket plane for these bolts. And at the beginning of every day, roll a d12 for me.
Should I roll one right now? Okay. I have to use 1d12. 5.
You have 5 special crossbow bolts, and you can pick the type of damage that they deal. So, but you have now a +2 to your attack and damage with that. Those items, they're paired, and they cannot be separated.
Is the card in here with the item?
It should have been, but sometimes this goofy thing doesn't do what I tell it to do.
There's a lot of things in there. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, so there you go. It should be towards the top.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. It was being stupid. So it's in there, but as soon as you pick these up, and you all have come to realize that the relics that you're chasing belonged to you. And as soon as you pick these up, you realize that this absolutely was your weapon. Without question. And no one else would actually even within your party would be able to use it. The same with Neuraxis's armor, the book that Alicia's been hunting, that's now back at the stronghold, Ulrin's shield that you can now retrieve from the Soul Forge. All of these paths are open to you. It just depends on the order you wish in which to pursue them.
I inspect the crossbow for a moment, get the familiar feeling of how it feels, and then I aim and shoot one bolt at a tree branch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack with a +2 on top of it.
Oh my god. Oh god, that gives me a plus. Jesus.
Y'all are scary.
It's like a plus 15.
Imparted upon you right now. Yeah. And it hits the tree branch, and the tree branch actually and cracks and falls to the forest floor. And Obad High just nods. And you actually can feel, Hazel, as soon as you pick this thing up and put your hands around the trigger, you can feel a dent in the wood where your thumb would have rested before. And your thumb immediately goes back there. It fits the exact size of your hand. Like this has been used so many times that you've created a divot in the wood.
Welcome back, old friend. And I tug it in my belt and the quiver as well.
Okay. Obad High stands up and stretches. I mean, he's huge. He's the size of like a mountain giant. He's massive. And he starts to open his mouth again to say something, and you hear this cacophonous thunder, and the air around you starts to get heavy like a storm incoming. And the sky starts to roil, and he spins around real fast and swipes at nothing in the air. He spins back around again and... You trespass here, witch! We should have put you down when we had the chance. Tarry here any longer, and I will send the very forest. And there's this burst of light in front of him, like a red starburst, and it hits him square in the middle of the face, right between his eyes. And he rears back, and you can see long claw marks over his, like the bridge of his snout. He's looking at you, Hazel. You walk a path to the end. I can't stop her. What she was and what she became have twisted together. Go.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, Father.
He's too busy swiping at the air to kind of
All right.
see what's going on, but he does nod at you one more time, and then another slash hits him across the face. And he's snarling, and these, like, deer and other woodland creatures are coming out of this space to try to track whatever is lingering there. And he yells out, Istis, take them to safety. They've struggled enough for now. And a portal opens up behind you, and Istis steps out. Are you all moving ahead, or...
Are we stepping back into the portal where she came out from?
Yeah, you heard the god. Let's go, people. He's just like, go.
When we like run through the portal before Hazel goes through as the last one, she turns one last time back to the hunter, and she says, I'll try to help them, your grandchildren, sort of, and try to make them see that it does not have to be a curse for them. And then I run through.
Okay. The, Anista's just kind of funneling you all through. She's never dropped the form of the owner of Tabernacles. It seems to be the form that she's most comfortable in. And what's been kind of left of the shop is now this... It's almost like a liminal space that kind of obeys her command. And she just kind of grins as you step through, and she says, I always preferred something with a little bit of a view. Hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
Well,
This is new.
Yeah, the store served its purpose, but if this is where I'm gonna retire to, then I guess I'd rather it be somewhere pretty. So she just kind of she snaps the portal shut, and she hands Ulrin a little fragment of this greenish, it's like greenish black stone, but it kind of looks like glass. This is how you move around. So if you wherever you need to go within reason, you can use this. I don't know how much energy it has. I don't know how many charges it has. It'll stop when it stops. So use it wisely. And it's heavy. It's warm, and it's heavy in your hand. So you could camp. You can stay here.
I mean, we have to try the cookie ball, right? Check if it's broken.
Is it broken?
what did you guys do to my cookie mansion while I was away? You broke the match.
No! It wasn't working.
Naractus, did you break it?
Oh, okay. I feel like normally Hazel would be like that was Julia. Normally Hazel would be all into this on hearing about the mansion, but she like looks really lost in thought for like a moment. And and then she'll react to it and say, "Oh, all right. I'll give it a shake. Go, Cookie Mansion. She says, like, very lackluster.
Pokeball it out.
Doesn't have the usual oomph to it.
Yeah, the doorway opens back up.
Okay.
Fine now.
Says you're safe here.
What cookies are you gonna?
Like, no one comes in here unless I let them. So, it's up to you.
Green tea.
That's something we didn't know. What cookies did you like? And he like looks at Estes like.
Question.
Oh, not really a cookie person.
He's like.
I'm sorry, Eustace, but this is where we part ways.
You've helped us enough. Goodbye.
That's the wrong answer. What cookie do you?
Is there a taste that you like?
Wait, I need to do that over. How about, you know what? I always liked little tarts. Can we do that? Like little strawberry tarts? It's close enough, right?
Like as soon as she says strawberry, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Everything is fine.
Alright, you have prepared the damage.
Just
I like to think as a god of knowledge, she picked strawberry because she knows.
She is actually not the god of knowledge, it's god of time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, so... I mean, we are like 2 months late for jury.
Little bit.
So, time travel, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really work that way. I don't have influence over your world, and she's looking around. She's not really looking at all of you. She's looking around at this vast lake that she's created. This is kind of it. So once you leave here, it'll be done. You can use the stone, but I'm gonna do my best to use what I've got left to throw her off your trail long enough so that you can accomplish what you want, and then when you're ready, take her out.
Thank you.
It's all I have left, but it's worth it. It's either that or your entire world gets destroyed, so I figured this was probably a good set, like, trade-off. And there's no bringing a third world in. This is it. You all do understand that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He like looks at Elijah like, I do not understand.
What would happen if this world got destroyed? If no world exists, what does exist? What is left?
I don't really know. Your gods don't. They created the Divine Gate for 2 reasons. The biggest one was a calamity. Right? But in our time, in your time, we walked among you. Gods didn't live behind some gated field to not bear influence on the world. We walked with the mortals. We studied with them. We encouraged them to find their lives and live them out, and things were very different. But that's also why I think what happened... Okay, you know what? This is gonna be super depressing. Who wants story time? Anyone wants story time? She just starts looking a little like... Okay. I think you have most of it, but it took me a while to kind of piece it together. You have to understand, when I woke up, this was all blank. There was just nothing. And I couldn't remember what happened. And I couldn't understand why my temple was gone, and I didn't understand why my followers were no longer there. None of it made any sense. And then I'm standing in this dark space, just trying to figure out if I even have a body, because I didn't feel like I had form. And off in the distance was this little, and she looks at the stone in Ulrin's hand. Well, that. And I walked, and I kept walking, and I found that stone that apparently I'd hidden away. And then I woke up and I started to remember. So while you all have been coasting around and picking up relics and fighting off bad guys and invading my shop, which I fully thought was my shop for a while, I still wasn't fully aware of who I was. I started trying to figure out why. So you're aware of like a cosmic balance, right? Everything has to have a light and a dark side. Chaos to chaos, law to law, whether it be neutral or good or evil. I was the goddess of time, and Kate was the goddess of death and decomposition. You don't really have anything like that in your world. Now, I told you that our clerics killed us, and they did. And they're now the second world gods. But some of us were strong enough or smart enough to, secrete something away. Just put away magic essence, because gods are kind of dicks. We're kind of all dicks. In some way, shape, or form. And it was self-preservation. Turns out we are also very stupid. We got tricked. So, goddess of dicks, that's exactly right. You all can stop me at any point. I don't want to monologue for 5 minutes, so if you have questions, she can answer them.
Is the green cloak that other Kate? Do we have another Radlishaz on our hands?
She just starts laughing. She goes, "You know that bastard's dead, right? Like, he's dead.
Like, does whatever the equivalent of like crossing himself is.
Like, he's toast. You don't have an epic fight in the base of a volcano. Someone gonna die. No. That she was actually a cleric of Kate's. She is like you. She has been either pulled back or brought back or placed here as a component of a larger scheme. Which is also why she does the whole, control undead thing.
Who is behind the larger scheme?
Well, it kind of got all twisted. So, let me ask you a question. So, why... Think about it this way. Gods typically, right, if they're going to have a war, they're going to have an all-out war. They're going to bring their armies against each other. It's why the Divine Gate exists now in your world. But in our world, warring with a god could mean like a street battle out in the middle of your temples. Because again, we didn't place ourselves on some pillar or pedestal. We were out amongst mortals. Kate got smart. And actually, it was one of her, head honcho cleric. Her name was Itix. And they concocted this plan. what it basically came down to, think about this. Why wage a war with your fellow gods when you can just get their clerics to kill them? If you can trick mortals to do your dirty work for you, things are suddenly a whole hell of a lot easier. And if it can't get pinned on you, well then even better. And I don't know who's more to blame there. Whether it's Kate or it's Itix. I think it was Itix. She was smart. Really powerful death cleric. Worked her way up to head priestess. Kate's temple was seated not too far from where Amon is right now. Kind of the heart of the city. Itix even had her own following. Like, she was admired. Everyone thought she was so powerful, and she really, really was. But she was arrogant. And she started dabbling in magic that was very dark and realized that she could just amass more and more power. But she was also very loyal to Kate.
So Itex did not betray her deity?
Nope. Well,
unlike the other clerics.
Depends on what you mean. It got all twisted. Kate was in the middle of this campaign of influence against your old buddy Ralashaz, turns out. Ralashaz was trying to steal followers, and Kate was trying to keep them in her flock, and I mean, it's like politics. It's like the worst fucking political campaign you've ever seen. Just a lot of backbiting and people writing on the sidewalks with chalk, heinous, blasphemous messages. It got out. It got rowdy. It was rowdy for a little while, and Kate was realizing she was losing. So Itix comes to her one day and says, I've got a plan. You'll never lose again. We can take all of Ralashaz's followers, but what if we also just take his power? What if we just take his power? It doesn't have to be personal anymore. We could just obliterate him. So it spiraled. Ralashaz gets wind of them trying to get rid of him. He sends his followers to go burn down a temple to Kate. Kate retaliates. And now we've got an all-out god war. Most of us don't want involved. You got a god of madness and a god of death. None of that's gonna end well. Be easier if they just took each other out. So most of us sat back and waited to see what would happen. Decades pass. And we start to notice that the war kind of cools off. It's like they came to a standstill or something. And then Kate starts not going out in public anymore. Which again, was not done. And if you're not walking among your followers, what's happening? So she starts acting weird. The few times we see her, Itix is with her. And Kate starts to wane. She starts looking smaller, grayer, and Itix starts looking stronger, more vibrant. This is a mortal. So the night the first world ended, we went to confront them. Something seemed weird. What's happening? We walk in on Itix draining Kate of her powers, or so we thought. Kate withers in front of us, and the power transference backfires. And this vortex happens. We watched the two of them break apart. Their bodies explode and get sucked into this void together. And we thought, okay, we gotta stop this. What do you think the worst thing could happen is if the goddess of death dies?
The dead don't stay dead, they come back.
The dead don't stay dead, they come back. It breaks apart the natural order of things. And that's not something we were ready for. They completely botched whatever they were trying to do. Nothing like that had ever been attempted. And we try to stop the vortex. And we ask our clerics for help. And that vortex begins to close through everyone's efforts. And then that fucker Alishaz walked in. Expecting to raid the temple. And caused this massive backfire of magic. Because he disrupted the ritual. And it tore the world apart. We gave our clerics power. Because in order to stop the world from completely obliterating, which is, by the way, again, going to happen that's what's going to happen to your world. There is no recovering if you don't stop her. We sacrificed ourselves, told our clerics to take us out and rebuild the world again. And those clerics are now your gods. It's... So many threads are all tangled together, and it's been impossible to untangle them. But everything we loved and built and bled for and fought for, we died for it. But nothing's static. Stuff bleeds through. You bled through. The woman in the green cloak bled through. Tirax bled through. Your items. So no matter what you believe... And she's looking at Marble and Seven right now. Whether you're here for a reason or you're here through an accident of fate, this is it. What has been pulling your strings this whole time is some twisted, voidless, soulless vortex of Kate and Itix all bound together in anger and pain and hatred. There's no separating them. They're twisted together. But what she's doing, I'm not entirely sure. She could have just waged war by now and raised armies of undead and thrown your world in chaos. That would have been, I think, a little more straightforward, quite honestly. Itix was clever, so she has something planned for you. That's it, kids. Picture book time over. Story time over. It is grimdark.
There weren't any pictures.
Yeah. She says, well, I can make you one, but unless you want to see Itix and Kate all twisted together in a massive blackness and bone and blood, I don't think you want that.
I'm all good.
Okay.
I want to see that, but
I can show it.
maybe not the others.
Yeah.
It's horrific. You may lose your mind looking at it.
I really like my mind, so I'm gonna say no then.
Okay. Just making sure. So, yeah, that's it. Face her down, be heroes, save your world, and then, I don't know, fucking go build a cabin on a lake somewhere. She just kind of motions to your surroundings. Fuck off, I don't know. Be heroes. Your world doesn't have enough of them. Not good ones.
That might.
Do you want to come inside and eat cookies?
I could
Yeah,
actually
let's
come
do
inside
that.
and drink. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Just like one
As long
last...
as you have at least one complimentary cookie.
I'll do
That is
that.
alright.
I just want one last good couple of bottles before I don't exist anymore.
She's my type of person.
That's all I really want. So that's, I mean, I'm assuming you have questions, and she just kind of walks into the mansion. So, oh, I like this. It's good.
What?
There's strawberry wine in the bag, and he just walks inside. Like he just he avoids looking at Hazel when he says it. He's like,
I give Noraxis a look, like, I heard that.
Marble just runs inside and starts looking for ingredients to make lumpy nut milk.
Oh.
It's been too long.
Make a perception check, just for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what's in that.
nothing good.
Nothing good. That's exactly correct.
Oh,
27.
Wow.
It's so weird. It was never there before, but the big, like, walnut-looking things the size of basketballs, suddenly there's 3 of them on the table.
I looked so hard, they appeared.
It's so weird. It's like the mansion knew what you wanted.
Hazel?
Yeah. I imagine I'm like at the like part of pulling out cookies. Yes. Let's do it. I feel like that is the best thing she could have to send her off to wherever she goes next.
Yeah.
Istis is just sitting in a chair, looking at all of you. She goes, "Death. That's the void. Endless blackness. That's where I'm going."
Jesus,
well,
you're
that
gonna
really,
need
really
an extra
fucking
strong
clear.
helping of lumpy
How
nut
casually
milk.
does she say this?
Oh,
Is it
totally.
just like,
Yeah. It's just like, this
Marble
is...
just like puts down what she's holding, just goes over and gives her a hug. Like, you'll be okay.
I love druids. They're just so... Aw, it's okay. I'm fine. I serve my purpose. You all go kick Kate's ass. Restore your world. Go retire. Go do fuck all. I don't care. But just don't listen to her. She's gonna offer you all kinds of goodies, I'm assuming.
Unlimited lumping up milk?
Is that what it would take?
I mean, nothing would take, but...
Oh, that's fair. Seven's over there trying to, like, crowbar his way into one of the big walnut-looking things, trying to help you out. Like, so it's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, wait, I can do it! And I like just transform into my giant tiger form. Which, now that I say it, this might be a bad idea. I feel like I push all the furniture aside, and I just take a nut and, like, claw it in twine.
Smash it with your paw.
Just
There
like
you go, Marlo.
flex.
It starts
Just like
leaking.
flex my druid abilities. I'm gonna wild shape into a tiger. Crack another.
That is the only way to make lumpy nut milk. The nuts need to be tiger
It's
smashed.
tiger form.
It's suddenly very full in here. Orin,
kind of musky smelling too.
Orin, I think this might need some adjustments. And he just holds up like a big jangling bag that you put the armor in. Like, can we go and make this fit and not be in a room full of hair?
Sure.
Honestly, she's less furry now than what she usually is.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Nuraxis
The
and
last
Colrin
thing
are
is
gonna
to
go.
sees before she goes out
Yeah.
is this scenario.
So armor, lumpy nut milk. Istis is just chilling. What's Alicia doing?
Sorry, my internet cut out.
Oh no! You're good.
And I don't know. It says I am. Elijah's just like watching everything, staying quiet because it's been a really long day.
Mm-hmm.
So just sitting in a corner laughing.
Okay.
Just in.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it, kids. That's all I got. That's, end of the world, vortexes, blah blah blah. She yells over, "Hey, Ulrin, you know you can get to the Soul Forge now, right?"
Yep.
Yeah, you might want to do that before you go bamfing back to the material plane. Just heads up.
Alright.
Oh, there's only one way in, so... I mean, I guess technically there'd be two ways in. But then you'd have to go back to Craghammer, so I suppose it depends on what you want to do. You could go get recognized by the guards and I don't know. I'm not the goddess of fate. You do whatever the fuck you want. She just starts...
Right. As she does that, Hazel, for a moment, stops the not milking process and leaves it to Marble for a moment. Yes, that is what is happening. And, oh god. And, no, this is a serious moment!
You said nut milking.
That was it. That was it.
Seriously, let's go.
That is what is happening!
Okay.
Oopsies. Okay. And Hazel just sits next to her, or stands next to her in tiger form, and just and asks, my dad mentioned that do you have I know you're not the goddess of knowledge, sorry for the mix up, but do you have any knowledge of how we came to be in this world in a way before or times before we went on this thing with all the gods and stuff?
Oh, you mean you all?
Yeah.
As in you and your companions?
Yes.
Okay.
Not human, not people kind in general or something
right. No, I get you. And she looks over at Marble and Seven and goes, "I apologize for having to... You all are mostly normal cats. Okay, anyways. Mostly normal. You got mixed up with these goofers, so...
Wait, what?
Cat butt.
Cat butt.
Speaking of cats. She says, that's the one thing that I haven't really figured out. The only thing that I've kind of come to the conclusion on is that nothing is a solid wall. So if you think of the first world exploding or imploding, I think it was technically an implode. It's not like it was some apocalyptic, everything gets wiped out type of a thing. I mean, most stuff did, but stuff bleeds through. That's why you have fate touched in your world. They are either like you and came from the first world, and a lot of them just don't remember. You all do now. A little bit, kind of. Maybe? Some of the artifacts, and there are other artifacts. Those pillars, those obsidian pillars, those bled through. There are certain parts of the world that were essentially just remade. So Marquette, a good chunk of Marquette was just rebuilt Marquette existed just under another name. But some of those relics or the ruins come from that first go round.
Okay, I feel like I did not put this question like correctly. I was more wondering, once again, not goddess of knowledge, but goddess in general. Do you like have knowledge of things that happen in our world? Like,
Oh
for example, who dropped me off as a baby at my foster family's doorstep or something like that?
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about in your first go round.
Sorry, my first what?
In your first go round, you're talking about your first life?
Yes.
Okay, so your first life, you had parents. Lichens don't just pop out of the greenery, right? They're just like, a tree doesn't give birth to a lichen, you have parents. So you grew up in the woods, directly serving Obad High because all lichens come from him. And you were forest guardians.
Yeah.
Your temple, quote unquote, was the forest. And if something came in and tried to wreck it, you wrecked it back. That was your life. And then one day you save, well, her. And she points at Elysia. So your fates met in almost the exact same way they did this go round. Some of those threads are unbreakable. You were destined to meet that way. Ulrin was always destined to be a forge master. Araxis was always destined to be a soldier. Some of that doesn't change. And if you think about it, that's a testament to the strength of your personalities. That the fucking world imploding, sure, didn't wipe that out. I'll say one thing for all gods, we don't give mortals enough credit. Some of you probably should just be gods and be done with it. That might be easier. Well, no, I guess one of them did it, right? The Raven Queen? Didn't she do that?
Seems like a rather stressful job, to be honest.
Depends on how involved you get.
Is there a god of fire?
Not in your world. We had one.
So you're saying there's an available position?
Yes. So, I mean, because technically, like, if something happens to your world and somehow new gods get formed or someone takes over, there are no rules anymore. We don't directly transfer. Ioun was my cleric. Goddess of Time is a big job. Goddess of Knowledge is a big job. So we just kind of meshed them together. Yeah, he was, Imix. God of Fire and Lava.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And weirdly, orgies. I'm not sure how that got messed up in there. But I don't know if it was just the heat or...
You like things hot?
I mean...
Yeah, it's the passions of fire. It's the... Go Greek, just...
I mean, the parties he and Baz would throw were insane.
Wow.
I was just gonna say, Hazel like looks around. Is Naraxis in the room, or is he like that?
I'll say
Works
by
out.
now he comes clanging out in the War Pride armor. We'll go over that in a minute.
Hazel looks at him and says, "What's an orgy?"
It's like just like a solid, unbroken, frozen second, and he's like,
Wait,
not
what?
important. Like, he's just like,
What was that?
That helmet is featureless. There's nothing there.
Yes. clunk.
I am Hazel. I know Naraxis well enough to know what his like expression is under that helmet. with that question.
Abject horror.
Yeah, he doesn't. You can't see his face, but the helmet still like tilts slightly. With, like,
Oh my god. It
It says no worries. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
It says no worries. I'm just kidding with you. That was covered in volume 13.
Just go ask Sid the next time you see her.
I think that is basically his response.
Yeah,
It's like,
She's probably having one right now.
very likely.
Who knows?
Noraxis being in that armor is like being in the Iron Man suit. You can see everything past. Your field of vision is so much wider now. You would think it would be restricted by the helmet, and it is not. You barely have to turn your head to see a good almost 360 view around you. You have an awareness now on the battlefield. So you can no longer be flanked.
that's definitely going to come with motion sickness for a while.
But being in this armor, like with Hazel and her crossbow, it fits because it was made for you, because you crafted it. So every buckle, every strap, every little ding in the armor, you remember exactly where that came from, what weapon it was, what fight it was. This is like regaining a portion of memories that you didn't even realize you'd lost. Oh, I apologize right now. The chat is off the hook, so I'm gonna be screen capping that shit later.
Nope.
Crazies. Okay.
So, I don't suppose it'd be a good idea if we head over to the forge, pick up the shield real quick, and then make our way back to our plane.
Sounds like good
Yes.
plan.
I'd be up for that.
What were we doing before we got sidetracked? What we were. It's like you can see there's a moment where it's like, what were we? What? And then like immediately just like looks at Ulrich and is like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. He's like,
I was hunting. I need to go get milk.
what? No, we need to rescue. And cousins and souls
Yeah,
in
but
hammers.
But my dog is alone in Whitestone.
He's just like he comes close enough that like the breastplate is just filling your vision. He's got like hands on your shoulders. And then,
My dog.
Realizes you can't see his face and has to like lift the front of the helmet to be like, this is so important. Like,
Yeah, but her dog. What's the dog's
My
name?
dog. Milk.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Not Lumpy?
No, his name is Milk.
Missed opportunity.
he just looks at Seven like, help me. Like,
Seven goes, the dog, he's fine. The dog is fine.
No,
He's
but it
playing
would
with
be
all the
rude to
village
just.
kids. He's alright.
He's probably playing with Trinket, but
That's also probably true.
is also probably driving Percy insane. So we maybe should pick him up at some point.
We'll go back. I feel like He kind of leans down. He's not good at the sotto voce kind of a thing. He's like, I think we should, like, see this through kind of a thing.
But couldn't we get milk on the way?
I don't think it works like that.
We can. Okay, Marble. Here's the plan. We go, get the stuff near Craghammer or the thing again. Then we go get your dog, and then we go to the stronghold.
Yeah, we can just teleport like a million times. I don't know how much a million is, but it's a lot. It's more than 5.
Yeah,
It's true.
more than 5.
We need to drink, and he like points at Istus.
Yes.
And sleep, and forge, and then save the dwarves. Well, not that you need saving. He's like looking at Ola and like, oh god, what have I said? Like, we just...
Istis goes, well, one, you're banged up. You might want to sleep.
I won't sleep. So
2, the Soul Forge is only accessible next, I'll say. Because you kind of had to get to it through Celestian's Gift, and technically you're still there. Even though you're 3 pocket planes in, you're still technically there. It's really weird. We did a weird thing. It was weird. We did a weird thing. Yeah.
It's like Inception.
Yeah. She's like, if you see a spinning top anywhere, don't go near it.
I hand her a mug of ready-made lumping up milk.
We said
Now-
distribute to everyone.
Does this have alcohol in it?
Nope.
So what is the point?
We can put alcohol in it.
Got it. And she just starts dumping bourbon in there.
Oh my god, what should we call this?
Oh, that's gonna curdle. That's
Yep.
not gonna
Yeah, it's called a milkshake, and she just throws it back.
It's gotta get even lumpier.
Lumpier nut juice.
Like-
no,
like-
lumpier nut milk.
She puts the
Ooh.
mug down. She's just like chewing on something.
Not
She goes,
yet.
I don't.
Extra lumps.
Pulls a little bit of shell out. I don't think you got all the shell out of there. You need to use a strainer next time.
Oh, that's smart.
Just get one of those little like baking anyways. Yeah. So rest up. Yeah, and I think that'll be it. There's no more divine intervention from here on out. There's no one here to save y'all. I'm depleted. Boz is gone. Fortubo's... Well, you'll find out. Vogon's just kind of waiting. And Obad High... Yeah. Kept her from finding you, so that's it.
See, this is why you need Tempest. And he just like,
That's the thing about dragons. They're always around.
Yeah.
They're always around. She had it easy. God, I hated that bitch. So smug. So damn smug. All the time.
Just like knocks the visor down. He's like, nope.
So, yeah, get some sleep. I won't be here when you wake up. So don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Or will you... Are you gonna, like, go somewhere else? Or are you gonna be, like, D-A-E-D?
Yeah, that. She comes over to you. Now remember, she's in a gnome form, so you're a lot taller than she is. She just kind of pats your hand. She says, I'll be at my lake, remember?
Okay.
That was a nice place.
Yeah. It is. She go save the world or something. And she walks out the door.
Hey, I wonder what will happen to a dad in the box. He's just like
Huh?
Maybe we should take him in. We could place him here in the mansion. He could be like the new greeter for the mansion instead of the shop. We could place him right next to the door.
The problem is if we take something in here, it will automatically be cast out when we lock.
yeah,
Wouldn't it?
every time we lock the door, there'll just be an old man in a box ejected.
We would need like another bag of holding to keep him.
Like an
When we're
acne
not in the
cartoon.
Maybe there's a way we can like bind him to this place. I mean, they got these chairs and this like table in here at some point.
Maybe if we just tie a rope around him and then a rope around the table.
Why don't we tie him to one of the chairs? Yeah, maybe that will work. We should experiment with that.
This has got out of hand.
Just a smidge.
No.
Oh my goodness. I
You
just don't
just,
see
like-
that ending well. Although it'd be hilarious every time you leave the mansion, suddenly there's a gnome ejected from the mansion.
We can experiment on this tomorrow because right now I need sleep
Yeah,
I
y'all
almost
are
died.
rough. Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Everyone have their lumpy nut milk. Before you take it to your rooms, have a nice sip. And we'll put you right to sleep.
Oh,
It's really good.
I think my visor's stuck. Oh no.
I think I'm allergic.
Goes and writes another report for Bernard and like rolls it up and goes to sleep.
Okay.
Like,
I
nope.
look at Lost Marble and say, "True artists," and then I like hold up my mug to salute her.
Yes.
Will always be misunderstood in their time.
Get your lumpy nut milk merch in our store. I wish I was fucking joking.
Yeah.
It exists.
Yeah,
It
the
does.
best.
It's the best.
Yeah, you take normal milk and put a single drop of bourbon in it, and there's your lumps. I was like, oh, God. Do you like chewing just egg white that's slightly thicker than a marshmallow? Mm.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh. Anyways, please someone else do something than talk about lumpy nut milk.
I think the art to making lumpy nut milk is just to juice the nuts really well and like
Yeah, we
use
should
both hands
experiment.
to like massage the nut.
What, you need to invent the slap chop? Is that
Like-
what...
All right. Well,
A nice massage. Like talk to it, have it be real relaxed, so it can give really good milk.
so I'm gonna go to my forge.
and build a machine to milk?
Orin's
No, that's-
saving us. You're gonna write an academic paper on.
Oh no.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Orin, please.
And I'm gonna scry, or attempt
Okay.
to scry.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Modifier would be +5. On your roll. Okay. Yep.
Well, they have a wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw,
save,
so-
yes. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah. So
Let me find her stats.
I don't want to be a buzzkill, but it says you have to be in the same plane of existence.
yeah.
It's true.
So we'll
Are
see
we?
if it fails. I don't know.
You are in a strange little space. Yeah, we're gonna do this. What's the DC?
Well, it would be saving throw, which is modified, so it would be my saving throw, which is 18.
Plus 5.
Plus 5.
Because you know
Plus,
yeah.
yeah, plus I have a possession, so
Yes,
plus
you do.
4, so plus 9.
Jesus. 27? Fuck. There's no way. Okay.
But if it fails, that's
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, she's
plane.
never gonna roll that high. So it does work to an extent. But what you get is not a scry in the typical manner that you would be expecting. So you go through your ritual, and it takes you deep in the Underdark, and you get a full vision of exactly what is happening. This is happening. There is a heinous battle going on. Ellie is standing in front of a minotaur.
Oh, that's fun.
Wielding a massive battle axe. An elven mage is standing beside her, and she whirls around and she brings her two-handed sword and she's slicing at the minotaur's legs. And just as the minotaur gores the elven mage beside her. So she sees red, and you can watch her face just contort in anger, and she brings the sword around again in a backhand and tries to chop the minotaur's legs out from underneath it. And you watch the hit connect, and that creature kind of reels back, and he drops the elven man, who's now coughing up blood from being gored by a fucking minotaur. There are other creatures fighting these things. Little demonish looking fey kind of creatures are clawing and screeching and biting other people who are fighting, and you happen to recognize one of them. It's a paladin you met a long time ago outside of Irwin, who was trying to rescue people from the fire. He was an Azamar paladin named Inlon. He's there as well. For what purpose, you don't know. And the reason that the scry is kind of off is you're only getting bits of sound. It's like watching a silent movie in a lot of cases. So you can see all of this happening. Ellie's grown her hair back out in this dark, kind of black-blue shock of hair. It's not fully grown out. It's almost like a mohawk style. And the barbarian, the human woman behind her, gets surrounded by these creatures and goes down under their claws and their teeth, and Ellie whirls around and yells out, "Tarunda, no!" and charges just as this wall back here explodes. And another creature comes into the field and charges the group. Another minotaur, but it's got a helmet of horns and thorns made out of metal. You can only see his orange eyes. And he just brings his claw around and swipes at everyone within his range. And your vision gets thrust back into your body.
So is that the Underdark on our plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of like watching a really bad staticky TV in some spots.
Yeah.
You'd lose a few seconds and then it'd pick back up, but then it would kind of revert back, and you weren't sure if you were, and you're not fully sure if you're watching something that's happening now or has already occurred.
Okay. And I'll just go to the forge and start working on stuff.
Okay.
Just like repairing armor and making sure everything's proper.
Okay. Anyone else? No? All right.
Halo was going. Sorry, I was just muted. Halo was gonna do a thing, where after the Lumpy Nut Milk planning committee has ended, she's gonna go to Elijah's room, where I assume Elijah's gone to bed at this point.
I have, but I'm probably not asleep yet. But I'm like, my way.
Yeah, so if like I don't know if you notice, you probably hear some like pacing in front of the room before
Probably not.
she knocked. Okay, then like you just eventually hear a knock on your door.
Yeah, I was gonna say depends on how much noise you make.
Probably not a lot. I
But
mean,
yeah.
let's face it. She like weighs like nothing. So
Yeah, Elijah's not gonna
she's
hear the
not in
pacing.
tiger form. So
No.
yeah, you just hear a knock.
Hello?
Hi, it's me.
Hi. Elijah gets out of bed. Puts on
Mm.
probe, I guess. And goes to open the door.
Hi. Sorry for waking you. I'm sure you're well asleep and stuff.
It's fine. Wanna come in?
Yes. So long day, huh?
Yeah, it has.
I mean, we've had a lot of long days in the past, I think, but this might at least make like top 5 or something.
Yeah. I think, yeah, at least top 10, but maybe top.
Yeah, so, So what do you think of my god?
He was cool.
Big cat boy. Yeah.
Big.
Hmm.
A bit scary, but like, in a good way, kind of same way that you're scary.
And Hazel grins.
They're like, the scary where like, I'm so glad you're on my side. Kind of scary.
Yeah. Me too. Well, I think that about really pretty much any of us. Like, yeah.
True. Yeah.
I've seen like some of the stuff that you do. Like, Jesus, I have like big claws and teeth, but I cannot like make lightning happening and stuff.
Well, the thing about my gift that they're learned. Anyone can learn them. They're not innate. Yours is. I don't know. Some.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? That's kind of what I was hoping today I would get answers from my father. So I've not really gotten used to that, but I don't know. I was just really like hoping to get some answers about, like the questions like, where I came from and stuff, and like kind of why I was dropped off at my foster family's doorstep, but he didn't really go into that. It was all like, the world is ending and like take care of the lichens. Now that is a thing I have to do. Like, Jesus, maybe Naraxis can give me some tips on like motivational speaking and like how to rally people behind him or something like that.
Yeah, he is the best to ask for that. He probably has some tips. I guess he has like a book with like tips. No, wait, I would know.
Oh, he has a book with like sticky notes and stuff where like
Yeah,
he wrote all of it
definitely.
down and just like heaps and heaps of like maps with like drawings and plans and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping to like I'm not sure if I told you that, but like I was raised in a farm back in our world. Haven't seen that place in a while.
It's been a couple of times. No, wait.
I mean,
been a while.
Who knows how time really works at this point? Maybe when we get back, we've been gone for 20 years.
Who knows? When the god of time won't give you answers about time, something up.
Right. Yeah. So and then like with my foster family, stuff happened. namely, I became a giant tiger, so I left them. So I wouldn't murder them in their sleep.
Yeah.
And I've never seen them since. And the whole like dragon thing happened, and I never, learned what happened to them. And I've never I told myself I would never want to find out because it's better that way. But then I was kind of hoping, maybe the gods could give answers, but they couldn't. And as Sisters has said, maybe you should not look to the gods to fix your problems. I hope Ulrin is okay. Jesus, gods never really played a big part in my life. I'm really worried how Ulrin is feeling about all this. I mean, aren't gods main thing? The gods haven't made the best impressions of themselves lately.
They haven't.
I sure hope he's okay. He spends a lot of time down in that forge.
He
I
does.
feel maybe we should sometimes go down there more often and check on him. I'm worried sometimes he spends too much time down there on his own.
I'm really hoping that we're able to save Ellie and that will get him out of the forge.
Yeah. Maybe we should just close down the place for renovations at some point or something. So he has to stay up with us and have the milk, eat the cookies, and do some talking and tell about his feelings and stuff.
We can hope.
Oh.
But
but sorry, yeah, go
no,
ahead.
you go. You go.
Oh no, you go. It's fine.
No, you go.
Okay, so it's just being all you should give mortals more credits and try to rely on them than on the gods. That I guess has always been kind of my philosophy, and obviously back then I didn't have the means to find out what happened to my family, but I met you and I know all of the stuff you guys can do. So I always had the means. I knew I always had the means to find out what happened to them through you guys, but I was always too afraid to ask, not of you guys, but afraid of the truth that they might have just perished in the dragon attack like so many other people. They were not warriors, they were farmers. They didn't have any means to defend themselves. But everyone's kind of talking things are coming to an end and that's it, the big kahuna, and the world might be ending. And Istas with her whole she just wants to have some drinks and stuff, and before she leaves, it made me think that I think no matter the answer, I do want to know, before whatever happens. So I was wondering if maybe, I don't know if you can do it from here, but sometime we could sit together and you could look with your magic eye and see if you can see, where they're still alive or not.
I can definitely
And she gets
try.
pretty kind of sobby and choked up at the thought
Fletch will
of
just
it.
put a hand around her shoulders. As a person who didn't know what happened to their parents for quite a long time, definitely feel. And yeah, I can definitely try to see if I can check on them. And it's up to you how you want to do that. If you want to try send them a message or scry on them, or even send you to talk to them in a dream. That's all up to you.
I would prefer scrying. I'm not, I don't even know if they're alive yet. And, I don't want to go beyond that, deciding of whether I want to see them again. It's probably better for them if they don't. It's I just need to know if what happened
They're alive.
after I left. Yeah.
Do you want me to
Do
try
you
now?
like-
I still have spell slot left.
Oh.
Or do you want to wait until?
Yeah. No. No, it's probably good before I chicken out.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a detailed description of them since I don't know them. Be more difficult. But if you give
So
me,
I will. Yeah. So I will just Hazel will just sit there and like describe her family. So it's Jacob. He's the father. He is a half orc. Anna, she is the mom. She is a human, and Roland and Kale were her twin foster brothers. They're twins, and so they're like a quarter orc. And they had little tiny tusks. And I feel like at first Hazel would just kind of describe what they looked like when she last saw them. Like, oh god, I did not pick that name on purpose. But anyway,
my God.
no, this is a heartfelt moment. And at first she would just kind of describe what they looked like when she left, because she left them like 10 years ago. She doesn't even know what they would look like now if they're still alive. And after she just describes their physical attributes, she like starts telling like little stories of how her mom would like how they would go hunt in the forest together with their dad, and how her mom would always make, when they were out hunting, her mom would make like sweets and stuff back home, and that was always kind of when they came back from the forest and they smelled like cookies and stuff, that was kind of the sign of like coming back home and stuff like that. And how they had like evenings where they would like sing songs and tell stories and stuff like that, or like trips to the market together, or how like she and Kale always had to like how she and Roland always had to protect Kale because like he was a nerd and he just wanted to read books, so he was bullied by the other kids and stuff like that. And you feel like it's probably at some point already enough information that you need, but she just keeps telling these like really like everyday anecdotes of little stuff that happened, like what they named their chickens and things like that. And it just feels like at this point she isn't even telling it anymore to give you information. It just like all spills out of her like old memories that she has just suppressed for like a really long time. And they like and some make her smile, and like some make her kind of like cry a bit and stuff like that. And and at some point she then stops.
thank you for trusting. And Alicia's like during this whole thing, she's been like agreeing and like coming with like more questions like throughout. Filling. Should we try them? Who do you want me to scry on? I can only pick time, and I can try test how many times. Check how many try them.
Could you? Who would she pick? Could you check on Kale?
Yeah, I could.
You remind me a lot of him.
That.
Okay.
Thank you. I can try 3 times to scribe for any.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna scry on.
Got it.
Kale.
It's been how long since you've seen them, Hazel?
So when I saw them, Hazel left when she was 14. The twins were slightly younger. So when she saw them, the twins were probably 12 years old. That was like, at this point, like 11, 12 years ago. So they would by now be like 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
24, 25
That's
year
what
old.
I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. Elysia, save DC?
It's not. I need to read the spell.
Yeah, you don't really get
So-
any. You would get.
Is it just my normal spell
Yeah, because
save?
you don't have any first.
Yeah, because
knowledge
I
of them.
had nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So
Uh,
it's just your spell.
so
DC.
yeah, then it's 18.
18. Okay.
Well, you've heard of the target, they get a +5.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that-
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
You've
it's
met the target +0.
Isn't
You
it?
know the target well.
no, it's the other way. So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
-5.
they get a +5.
They get a +5 in the save.
because you're like
Because you
unfamiliar.
don't know him too well.
But if I had like a picture or a possession or a body part, you don't care about body part, do you?
That
You
list
happen to have a
really
finger?
It really
Ah, yes,
jumped.
I have this umbilical string in my bag.
Oh God!
I've kept it since he was born.
It's too much. It's too much. Oh.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We're very
So-
He was just like, I've got a baby tooth. You're like, what the?
Okay, so you cast
Yeah,
your vision out in the scry, and he rolled a 17 total. So he failed. And you get this glimpse of a tall, kind of not skinny but wiry young man. And his hair is just out of control. There's a little bit of hay sticking out of it, and he's wearing overalls and a dark green shirt and some heavy work boots, and it looks like he is pitchforking hay onto a cart. And then, Alicia, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. So much difficult. Green dice. 19.
19. There is this, it's like your brain hit a wall all of a sudden, and that vision of this young man who you assume is Kale just gets zapped right out of your brain. You're going to take a little bit of psychic damage. You're going to take 3 points of psychic damage. And you try to push again, and you can't get back there.
Well, he's alive. And I'm gonna recount how he looked, and he's forking hay is what it's called. Moving hay with support. But something stopped me? I could try again. Or I could go and family. Up to you.
She like first takes a moment to like recompose herself at the news that he is still alive, and then she says, could you maybe check in on Anna, my mother, next?
I can do that. And I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you don't have any pieces of her.
Or
Man, I
clothing.
really don't.
Yeah, like a present that she gave you, not a little.
Or like a
You're
necklace.
jumping really like.
Or you can minor illusion like what she looks like.
Can it
But no, do you have a piece of her? Do you have a body part?
Yeah, but it can be like a lock of hair. It doesn't have to be like.
Yeah.
That's not.
It can be like a gift you got from her that you can be
I-
hers, or
Oh, like he like rummages in a pocket and pulls out a little wooden flute.
that'll do.
And it's like, yeah, she gave it to me.
That'll definitely do.
That'll do.
Thank you.
Say,
And I'm gonna, which makes
like Narexis
It
uses
will-
the knife to scar his dad. He doesn't have a piece of him. Like.
it will give her a +1 to this.
Okay. No. You cast your vision out again, and what you get is a older human woman. You can tell that she had bright red hair at one point, but it's going gray around the temples, and she's got a little bit of a streak kind of just in parts near the top of her head, and she is sitting on the ground. Looks like she's knitting or doing something, but she's sitting outside in the sunlight, and you watch as that young man you saw at first walks across her and kisses the top of her head, and gives her a handful, it looks like, of ears of corn, and she starts shucking the corn off of the cob, and then I need you to make another wisdom save.
Lady. 20.
Okay, you won't take the damage this time, that was the DC. But you still hit that wall. You get a few seconds longer, and you realize that the surroundings look kind of familiar. It looks like farm country.
Outside.
Oh, your audio's being weird. Damn it, curse you, internet!
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, outside Joran.
Yeah.
That's the only farm. Well, that's close. I'm gonna tell that to being like that they're together and she looks fine. And that they're probably outside Joran, which is a weird coincidence considering that's where we now live. Well, live.
I think Hazel just starts like sobbing at this point. like she's not like gonna be able to tell you like who this crowd for the third time. I think she just like gives you a big hug and you just feel her like sobbing on your shoulder.
Eliza will definitely hug back.
Smiling while she sobs, but yeah, you feel like this is like kind of like now her like breaking point. Like
Yeah.
that was like a big question she's been like, tormenting herself for so long, and like I think she just continues sobbing until she probably like falls asleep and just passes out from exhaustion.
Elisha will like put I was gonna say carry, that can do. I'm betting they're sitting on her bed. So she's not gonna carry Hazel anywhere. She's gonna try to lie her down and like pull the blanket and be like, then he's asleep. Elisha's gonna cry on her mom.
Okay.
No, Dad. We're gonna.
Okay. No. Not with that
Even-
modifier.
It's -5.
Yeah, no.
And I'm betting I have some more, but like.
You would, yeah. Okay. On your dad. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
On your dad. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had the right one.
Yeah, I said mom.
The vision that you get is of him talking to the doctor, Johann, who also is seated at the table, because you're kind of seeing it from your dad's point of view, with a older elven woman dressed in academic robes of a color you don't recognize from any of the mage colleges. It's like a black and gray, very somber kind of looking affair. And she is pointing toward a parchment and talking to him about, it's an experimental cure, but I have evidence that this could work. Now you have to understand, even if I am able to restore her mind, she may very well lose a good chunk of her memories. But I assume this is a risk you're willing to take. And he just sighs and he says, I would rather wait until my daughter's here, but it's been damn near 3 months at this point. I just have to hope she's not dead. I'm assuming I would like to think I would know if she... And then you hit that wall again. One more wisdom save.
Damned wall.
Something is repelling you.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm taking more
You're gonna
damage.
take the damage. 8 points
dear.
of psychic damage.
Huh?
8.
Okay, that's more than fine. I gotta.
It's kind of it's weird in a way. Yeah, scry doesn't work like that. So, something's weird. Ooh, hey, do we want to take a break right there?
Oh?
Real quick, 5-minute break. Mostly because I have to
Okay.
pee.
Yeah,
So
that's...
that's if we're gonna be flat out
Sure.
honest.
That's okay.
Okay. All right, so
I wouldn't mind getting some food.
there you go. Yeah, take a few minutes. We'll be back in a little bit. Check out the intermission little ad reel that we've got. We're going to be adding a new one soon for Drawlicon. So if you're near the Fort Wayne, Indiana area in mid-June, I will be there running a table. And I may be pulling some people into that con that's run by Joe Timmons in the Nerd Asylum. So yeah, just so you know, we'll have an ad in there at some point. But if you're interested, you can look them up because it's pretty cool. So yeah, go take a break. We'll be right back. back. See, we said it was short. All right. Woo! So, unless there's anything else through the evening, you all can wake up. Yes.
After I'm scared of my father, I'm gonna try to message him.
Okay.
Hi, I'm alive. For now.
That's always reassuring to hear for a parent.
Just
I'm alive for now.
go forth with experimental procedure. If you want. Love you so.
There
I think
is
that was less than 25.
no reply.
Dang it.
It hits a
Yeah.
wall.
Well, I guess I would know what to do the minute we get on our plane. She's gonna say, and then lie down in a chair since Hazel took the bed.
I feel like we could probably both sleep in the bed unless it's like a specifically gnome-sized bed. Like Hazel is tiny.
I'm guessing it's large because you made the bed and you want us to become.
Ah, that is well. But would you then give like a gnome a bed and it just be in like a normal-sized bed? Like, wouldn't you want to
Yeah.
have as much? Like, does Eliza prefer as much bed space as possible? Because then it would just be a normal-sized bed. She could like roll around in.
Yeah,
like,
she just did like sex starfish.
just a tiny Elijah on like a Naraxa-sized bed. It's like
Yeah.
clear, like you could lie
Just
sideways.
taking up like
fine,
10%
and,
in the
like,
corner.
Perfect.
Yeah. She goes to lie down in the chair, which also is too big for her, so
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay. So you can wake up in the morning, everything restored. Seven kind of nudges you awake, Marble. You were snoring.
Shut up.
You were snoring. No, you shut up.
No, you.
You shut up. But he gets up. So, where to?
Go get milk.
the
oh.
And I mean milk for breakfast.
Okay.
Shield Forge,
Yeah, I want to go to the forge.
Soul Forge.
Forge.
And I'll
Let's
just
do it.
Kind of lazily sit there and just be like, let's go to the forge.
I think, Hazel, I would like to, like, while we, like, do that, I want to, like, Hazel wants to inspect Ulrin more closely, as in, like, just trying to get a sense of where he seems to be at in his headspace. Like, does he seem excited, downcast?
Do I have to roll a save?
Do I roll insight?
I don't know what.
Let's make it a little bit easier to start. What does she see when she looks at you, Ulrin?
You
Beard.
see a pretty normal face. Like I'm pretty stoic, as I've always been. I don't really show emotion. You could kind of sense it in my voice, but as far as like visibly, I'm not showing any emotion at all. I'm just kind of stone-faced as I always am. Not really happy, not really sad, just kind of there. But you can feel like a wavering in his voice that is a little off-putting, but you're not sure if it's just because of the night before, like the intense battle, or if it's something else.
Does he seem, and if it might require, does he seem like he has slept at all? Like, are there, like, sort of bags under his eyes?
There are probably bags under my eyes
Hmm.
because I've been working, and you can see like my armor looks fresh and clean, and like I worked on it all night. Not all night, but I mean, I worked on it quite a lot.
Hmm.
So yes, there are bags under my eyes. I do look tired, but it's hard to tell with him because he's always got that stone face. That's kind of how he was raised, is to not really show emotion. Keep it kind of locked up.
If you're trying to get anything else out, I will require an insight check.
Yeah, why not? Maybe he said, like, his expression doesn't really change, but maybe with her keen ears, she can hear, like, something in his voice
Sure.
that would give an indication.
Or depending on how open you want to be to this, you can either roll a wisdom save or roll a deception check.
That's a good one.
Shit.
26 for insight.
Motherfucker.
Hazel's actually pretty perceptive of other people's feelings.
16.
Okay. So, and you're a hunter anyways, Hazel, so kind of you know where to look for weaknesses. You're not really trying to do that on him, but your vision is trained in a way that you see past facade. So, yeah, you're gonna have to feed her there a little bit, Orin. What do you think?
Yeah, so...
like in a moment, if he thinks no one is looking, what do you think is crossing his face?
I think a couple times you'll probably see like his nose run a little bit, or like his eye kind of water awkwardly. Not like a lot, but just enough. And he's quick enough to kind of catch it to nobody else can see it, but you're probably keen enough on catching those little, especially if you're paying like close attention. He's trying to hide it, but it's not like that fast. But it's enough to where everybody else is just kind of like, oh, he's just like wiping his nose, or oh, he's just like wiping his face or something. So, and then his go ahead.
Oh, but it was just like in a way, like sadness, like on the verge of tears, sort of, yeah.
Sadness and just kind of brokenness, like just kind of, hitting a wall of like emotional, what's it called? Like only so much emotional damage he could take before it just becomes too much to bear, and he like not really on the breaking point, but getting close to the breaking point where soon his like stone facade will be broken. So he's been the protector for so many people and for so long, trying to protect and take care of everybody else's problems, that he doesn't really know how to handle his own. So
Hazel just like notes that and to herself, and I think like during like our trip, she'll just stay close to Ulrun, like, not like intrude on him and like wait until he wants to open up, but she'll just probably like stick closer to his side than she normally would.
Okay.
So I'm not entirely sure how this rock works. I'll pull the rock out that Istis gave us. I suppose we just think of where we want to go, and maybe it'll activate, or if we join hands, or some kind of phrase or saying. I'm not sure. If maybe Alicia, if you can take a look at it.
Do we have to leave here and then leave?
I'd imagine so. I just want to be prepared for when we exit, that we know how to use it. I don't think it'll work in this demi plane.
I wonder what the outside is going to look like now. If it's still going to be a lake. After, is this?
She said she'd be gone, so I'd imagine the lake is probably gone as well.
And Hazel opens the door to the outside.
Okay. It is the same thing you saw when you first passed through Celestian's gift. It is just an endless space full of stars. No ceiling, no floor, no walls. The pull of millions of stars that were once souls all around you.
Are we gonna be like safe to step outside? Like she like peeking out of the mansion but not stepping outside? Are we gonna be okay to step outside? Are we just gonna fall into the void? I guess I like look at like the lighter and the Rex is already at the spellcasters.
Who knows?
I realize literally everyone but me, so I just look at everyone.
I mean, I don't mind going first, 'cause at least if something goes wrong, I can fly. Guess. They're like,
How do your wings work in the armor? Do they poke out of the armor? Like, are they smooshed in there? That is literally his asking.
I haven't tried. I literally put it on for the first time yesterday with Ulrin's help, and I can't see my own back, so I have to be like,
I look at his back. Do I see the wings or just armor?
like,
It's just armor, it's just plates. Dark
How
red
are you
metal
going
plates.
to? How are you going to fly in that?
with magic, how I always fly.
Oh, that's right. The wings are just for show. I keep forgetting that.
It just like starts.
Are they
tapping
just
his foot
for show?
at- yes. They
He
don't-
just jumps out.
It's
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
peace. Well, oh, like the tower after we got dressed down by Banara, that line, he just stepped off the side. No, Hazel, they're just for show. As he's like tapping his foot out of the door before he like steps out. It's like the foot, like, okay, it seems okay.
It's solid, yeah.
Nice.
It's like,
Well,
and
the wings still look really cool.
it's weird because he's like massive and in armor, and he's like tiptoeing through like empty space. Like, seems fine. We can. Also, I think it's gonna disappear soon, so the mansion will shut. So we should probably.
Can you like move properly in this? You just look like a giant wall out of metal.
He like puts his feet like flat on the floor. It's like, no, I'm fine. It's warm in here. It's like,
Yeah, boy, I sure hope for your sake we're not going to Marquette anytime soon.
visibly shudders. Like, ugh.
All right, let's go, everyone.
I hate sand.
Makes my scales itch.
Yep.
I do believe that's been said before. I feel like. Okay, so yeah, you exit the mansion and you stand amidst the last bit of Celestian left.
So, you feel like we need to go a certain way? He's just like looking at Ulrin like,
I guess I'll hold the stone and just kind of think of the Soul Forge and then try and see how, I guess while I'm doing this, I'll be casting Identified, like trying to focus on it and trying to like learn how it works.
Oh, okay.
If that's
The stone that she has given you gives off the same type of energy that runestone did. How you originally got into tabernacles. And as you are thinking about this and trying to focus on the stone, you hear a... and you
On
realize
stones.
that she probably did that to fuck with you. Just a little bit.
How nice of her.
Oh dear.
Alright, well. I guess it just works. I guess, like, I do the same thing with the other one that opened her shop. And I'm guessing that it probably does the same, like, weird ass smoke that comes out of it.
Yep, there's a little...
That's great.
and a door opens up. But this time it's not like the mansion door or like the door to tabernacles. It's a physical door. Just in this space. A solid iron door with a handle.
Okay, and then I guess I'll walk through and think of the soul forge, or think of have like the image of my shield or the thought of my shield in my head and walk through.
Okay. Are you all following, or are you letting Ulrin just go through?
Of course we're following.
I'm making sure! You're
No,
a
you
D&D
just
party!
chill among the stars. Guys, Owen's got this. I think he's doing really well.
Solo mission.
No.
So
No.
you all walk through, and the first thing that you get is blasted by the coldest air you've ever felt.
Well, this sucks.
That's... I was gonna say, that's nice for Norax. It's the cool
not too
down.
bad.
You are actually standing in front of a massive set of ice-covered doors. So
Hey,
big
this is like home.
arch doors, must be 30 feet tall, and beneath the ice, because it's like this thin, clear layer that you can see over the doors completely, even over the handles. And beneath the ice, you see symbols that you recognize as the anvil of Fortubo. And they're burned into the wood on the door. But you also see claw marks, and you see places where the wood has been pitted, like... I hate all of you. My god. Like, the wood is it's just like the chat. I just look over and the chat's just out of control. There's now boob jokes happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, focus. The wood is pitted in places, like it's been hit with acid or poison. It's a very distinctive pattern. Something has happened here. And then, Ulrin, you can hear a couple of things beyond the doors. You now know what to expect. You're expecting the Soul Forge. It's just one massive room. Fortubo was never one to stand on any kind of prominence. He never liked to make a big fuss, so he kept the forge very low on decorations except for banners that bore his symbol. The forge was focused on work and nothing else. And it was never a strange sight to see. Thank you, Hazel. Never a strange sight to see him there. But it was always, it's a forge, it should be hot. And this is frozen over. And then you hear this very loud, booming voice speaking in Dwarvish. And you realize that is the Forge Guardian speaking.
What can I make out, like, what he's saying?
Yeah, you can hear parts of it. He is saying that he's giving instructions on how to work the forge, which he would have never done to anyone but trusted disciples of Fortubo. He was a being of metal and ash and lava, and he was the first and last defense of the forge. And instead of the heat and the crackle of wood that you would expect in his voice, you hear ice. You can hear the cold, the snow, and the sound of wind through frost-covered trees. Something has happened.
Question. The claw marks on the door.
Mhm.
Are they similar to the claw marks we saw appearing on? I can.
Oh, on Obed High?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good. That was my question.
You do have a hunter in your group. Hazel may be able, or you have a druid too. You both may be able to try to see what made those. Unless you're all just
I'll
gonna go
check them out.
barreling in.
How thick is the ice on the doors?
Several inches.
Does it look like the doors will open, or are they like frozen shut?
It's the seam in the middle where the doors would part is completely frozen over. So it's like trying to open a car door when it's frozen over.
Oh, I guess we gotta use some heat to open this.
If Hazel and Marble want to make either a nature check or a survival check to try to, dear God, to try to figure out what those claw marks are from. It's just so many bad jokes.
I will do
And
survival.
actually, I think
25.
25. Seven's got that too.
15.
22 for 7. Okay. Marble, you've never seen one of these creatures before, but you have heard stories of them. There are certain types of yuan ti that have claws that can purebloods don't have it. Some of the hunters, there's a creature called an anathema that can do this. Meriliths have similar claws. They usually prefer swords, though. So, yeah. Big
How
snake
big-
people.
How big are these doors?
How big or how thick?
Big, like height, width,
30 feet by 40 feet.
30 by 40. Okay.
Okay, they're not like dwarf height doors. Like,
No. These would have to be big enough for the guardian to move through.
I relay the information about the creature to the others.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire.
I mean, that's only one way.
It's a door.
Yep. It's also frozen.
Doesn't have a dex save.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I just cast.
Sure.
I clicked it to cast
I know.
it.
I'm teasing. Over the course
So it-
of a few
I just want
rounds-
to hold it enough
Yeah.
to melt the ice so that
Okay.
the doors are actually movable. Not to like damage it, but just kind of like put it up and hold it.
Yeah, over the course of a few rounds, you could start to melt the ice in a way that you could at least, if you pulled hard enough, you should be able to open the doors.
All right, and then I'll dispel or call off the Wall of Fire.
Okay. Marching order.
I'm in the middle.
Okay.
I can go first.
I'm gonna be behind Ulrin.
Okay. Behind
I'll be
Olin,
behind Hazel.
Middle. 7 will flank with Elysia, Neuraxis.
I will bodyguard Elijah.
Okie dokie, like that. And the minute you step in, this is what you see.
Oh goddamn!
The
And I also just really quickly note, I just looked up my level up and I get an additional blood curse. I'm going to take blood curse of defending right.
oh,
just
okay,
like-
all right then.
I just want to say that, so it's like I could potentially have it for the battle if there is.
Everything here is frozen over completely. The heat of the forge has been extinguished, long extinguished, and the forge guardian is nothing but a massive pile, shambling, moving mound of ice. Whatever he was is no longer in existence, and he spins as the intruders, all of you, come in. You see your cousin. standing over by the forge. He whirls and sees all of you. Alden doesn't look good. Alden looks like he hasn't slept in a real long time. And he panics and screams, "Kill them all, you idiots!" and starts to run this direction through a door that's kind of half hidden behind
As
some
soon as he
snow.
starts running, I cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. Perfect.
So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's gonna be funny. What's your DC? 18?
18.
Got it. 2.
So he is held.
Held.
He
Got
is
it.
paralyzed for the duration of this spell, up to 1 minute. And as I hold him, I'm gonna, just be like, all right, guys, let's get this fucker. And then turn around and just brace my shield and get ready to run in.
Okay. The other creature that you didn't see does come around the corner and sees you, Hazel. He says, "Oh, good, you came to us. A bit faster than I thought you would find us, but you'll die all the same, especially the traitor." And just points at Hazel.
Is he your cousin?
I don't. I'm not sure. I don't. There's a certain family resemblance, but no, I don't think so.
He is a moving mass of scales and snake body, and he has 6 heads.
But I know that he's gonna be mine, and I'm getting ready. Like the hairs are starting to bristle on my skin.
Okay. So, I'll give you all a choice, because I know it's getting late for some of you. This could run over. We can either pick up here next Sunday and end a little bit early, or we can fight this out.
I'm up for fighting it out. Depends what the other.
I'm down.
European
I
one.
don't know about everybody else.
I'm down. Something weird has happened to my spells?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, you
so
need
large.
I to collapse them.
Yeah, they changed it.
They changed the UI, yeah.
It's obnoxious.
like it.
All my
I have
spells
so
were
many
expanded.
spells.
We're open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just click I on all of them and it'll collapse them all.
Yeah, it's just I have
Oh.
like 40 spells added, so this is gonna take a minute or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing.
So we're gonna fight it out?
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
Yeah.
Okay, let's
if
do it.
it's not
All
too
right.
late for other people.
Nope.
If that's what you want to do, then that's what we're doing. So let's roll some initiative.
Time to fuck them up STD style.
Oh god.
That sounded better in my head.
What was it that was said? We're the STD, you'll regret us in the morning.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
You all are like.
Oh god, how am I in there twice? What did I do?
It could have been
I have
me.
a +5 to initiative,
Fix
and I always
your,
get shitty rolls. I'm supposed to be fast.
You may have to fix your hit points if things got weird. All right. So
Oh yeah.
this creature. Oof. All right. Yeah. Hazel, you know this is Mizui, the leader of the cult.
I had imagined him to be less sneaky.
Did the Forge Guardian look like it was fighting these guys or working
No,
with them?
did not look aggressive toward them at all.
Did it look aggressive at all? Or just like it was just kind of there, like frozen solid, not doing anything?
No, it moves. It moves. It doesn't seem to be aggressive toward them. It's definitely aggressive toward all of you.
Nice.
Well,
And
fine.
7. That is. Oof. Dang. Okay. Holy crap. All right. So we are. Sorry, I'm trying to find my thing. Where's the thing? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Perfect. All right. So, yep, we're gonna do this. Okay, so actually 7 is first, which means I go first. That's awkward. Every time. You fight yourself! He is gonna move along this wall, staying close enough to all of you if need be, and he's gonna fire 2 arrows at the Forge Guardian, and he's gonna mark it with Slayer's Prey as his bonus action. So that 2's definitely not gonna fucking hit. The other one hits, so I try to make this as fast as possible so you're not just all watching me do this. So that's, again, weird. 24 points of damage to it. The one shot goes wide and the other one hits the ice on the Guardian, but it just creates a little crack. It doesn't seem to do much else. Okay, so Marble, you are next.
I can't really see my spells, so I'm just gonna,
That's okay. You do have the compendium, too, if you need it.
I'm gonna, wait, can I? Oh, it's really lagging. So...
You're okay.
Oh god.
Oh my god,
What,
so slow.
what spell are you thinking of? If it's old enough,
I don't know, because I
we
don't know
might
what I
know
have
it.
prepared.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Because I can't see shit.
just think of spells.
What
Fireball.
is the...
Do you have Call Lightning? Or...
I don't know, because I can't
You
see
have-
my
Oh.
spells.
You have Lightning Bolt and Meld into Stone prepared. I can kind of help you out here a little bit. You have
something with a good range, because I'm...
Yeah, you're not close to much. Let me see. You have Mass Cure Wounds.
I can throw out a moonbeam.
Yep.
Yes.
You can
So...
pop over behind cover too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That should help. You do have Sunbeam.
I can't see
You have
anything
Acid
right now.
Arrow. You do have Moonbeam prepared.
Yeah, I always have moonbeam
Yep.
prepared. So yeah, I'm gonna put up a moonbeam at the big dude.
Okay. At second level?
Third.
Third level. Okay.
So at the start of its turn, it's gonna take damage. Or hold on.
Is it a 5 feet or a 10 feet? What's the
5-foot radius. So if I can, I'll put
10
it so
feet
that
wide?
yeah. If
So you
I
can-
don't know if someone's
okay.
close. I can't see the map.
Do you want both the? You could hit both the big people if you put it like between them.
Yeah, if I can do that, I'm gonna do that.
Like
Yes,
there
you could
somewhere.
plop it right down. Yeah, let me give you a little doohickey here.
There we go. Now I can see.
10 feet.
Hey.
Yeah, so you could. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put it right between them, so I
Okay.
can hit both of them.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it do that? That's weird.
Yeah. So at the start of their turn, they have to make a con save.
Start of the turn, they make con save. Okay. You
Yep.
do still have movement if you wish.
I'm gonna go behind one of the pillars so that I have cover.
Okay. This one, you could get behind that one. This one's broken off. And then there's one up
Yeah.
by 7.
I'm gonna go up towards 7
Okay.
and hide behind that one.
I can grab you.
If you can move me,
Yep, you would
everything
have
is
cover.
very
Yep,
laggy.
you
So
got it. Okay. The Yuan Ti, who look kind of like the ones you all faced down previously. Can't do a ton because they're far away from everything. No, not that. Wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna dash to you, Ulrin. Hissing and spitting in some
Oh,
language that you don't understand. This other one is actually going to simply move up into position here. And that is all he's going to do, because they are melee fighters. And then Mizui. Six-headed monstrosity that he is. He has to make a con save first, correct? What is your DC, Marble?
My spell DC is 18.
18, con save. That is a 25.
Okay, so it takes half damage.
Okay.
So that's 3d10. So that's half of 21.
Got it.
Radiant damage.
Okay. It hits him, one of the snake heads, over towards what you assume is his shoulder. Kind of tries to bite at it, but he is going to move forward. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's complicated. Okay. He's going to move forward and then... everyone... Neuraxis, Elysia, Hazel, and Ulrin all need to make strength saves.
Damn it, I just learned this fending right, which gives bonus to dexterity saves. Screw you, Mizui.
13.
Is it just it straight up strength?
Straight up strength save.
The helmet gives
Strength
me
save, what?
advantage. Okay.
Oh, I get it.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. You're on stream, so make sure you call the numbers out, please.
24.
13.
23.
Okay. 4. Elysia and Ulrun fail. You are restrained by vines that come up from underneath the ice and entangle you. Neuraxis and Hazel manage to either kick or push off the vines that are trying to grab at you, but you two are considered restrained.
Okay.
Okay, so that's him. And he's focused on Hazel, though, and you see the main head on this multi-headed Yuan-Ti whip around and go, "We wouldn't have preferred this, but it'll work just fine." Okay. The Ice Guardian is next. Oh, fuck.
Con save.
Con save, yep. That's a natural 1!
Nice.
So he takes 21, right? Or do you
Yeah.
roll for that every time? Okay.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It doesn't really specify, I don't think, when there's multiple creatures.
Alright. I think it's just that damage every time.
Yeah,
when
I
they're
think
in
so.
that spot. And he is going to yep. Do that. That's a fun spell. He actually hits his own body with one of his long ice shard arms, and you watch 2 more arms sprout out from his body. So he now has 4 arms.
He has 4 arms?
Yeah. And makes his way this direction to block
Oh,
the way.
you big boy.
Hazel, you are next.
Nice. Okay. Hazel is going to move down here, like sort of half covered by this pillar. And she's gonna look straight at Masui and say, "Hey, fuckface! Come and get me!" And then, like, she pulls out Nova and fires. I'm remembering all my things. First, bonus action, Crimson right off the flame on Nova. So I get additional fire damage. And then I fire 2 of my acid arrows. Oh, by the way, quick question. Like, each new day, I assume the old arrows disappear of the previous day? Okay, yeah, so I have 3 acid arrows. So I shoot 2 acid arrows at Mazui's face. And now I have to, like, yeah, okay. So let's just first roll if it hits. Okay, plus 14. First arrow, 17?
Misses.
Fuck.
Wait, didn't you have plus?
I calculated wrong the first time. It's just a plus 14 because my other crossbow also had a plus 2 to hit. So it's a plus 14. Come on! It's a plus 14 still! Please, 29 hit for Christ!
Yes.
Jesus. Okay. So the second one hits. Oh god. Okay. Here is now everything this crossbow does. It has so many different damage dice.
It
Okay.
does.
So that's a. Okay. 1d10. So the base damage
Okay.
is 1d10 plus. Okay, so that's just 9 points of its normal piercing damage.
Okay.
Then comes the necrotic damage. Is he resistant or immune to that?
You don't know.
Okay, so I'll shoot those. Those are the 2d6. 10 necrotic damage.
Okay.
So then the next is the acid arrow. It's I will be more efficient in this in the future.
You're okay.
6 points of acid damage. And now comes the flame damage.
Jeez.
From my right. Which I believe Crimson is a D8. So that's 5 points of flame damage. And now we have all of the damage from this crossbow.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Lord.
Off one arrow. He takes the arrow and you watch the acid and the fire and the necrotic all burn into the wound. Doesn't seem to take as much acid and fire.
Damn it.
Everything
Wait,
else.
pick those damage types.
Everything else was
Okay.
totally went right through.
Did you say not as much fire?
So he's resistant to fire and acid, most likely. Yeah, and that is everything I can do on my turn.
Okay. Elysia and Ulrin are at the same order, so up to you.
Both of us are entangled. I'm guessing. Does that
Well, let
limit
me
our
roll
spells?
concentration for him. Yeah, he made it. So the vines are still there. You would have to take your action to break out.
Can we still do spells?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Olin, or should I?
You can go first.
Okay. We're just gonna plant a really nice shatter. Right. Double check how large it is.
Yes.
We're right here to get all of these
Yep.
three.
Okay. Yeah. That'll
And
do
I'm
it.
guessing the ice person is inorganic. No, wait, that's stone. Boom. I wouldn't get disadvantage saving throw. But yeah, it's a saving throw, and I'm doing it at second level.
Okay.
No, wait. Third level, I mean.
What is the save?
18.
What kind?
It's a
I can't remember.
con save.
Con save. The little, we're gonna call him Little Yuan T fails.
Hey.
The Ice Guardian. What the fuck is that number? Oh, 17.
Doesn't it?
Fail. And Mizui makes it with a 22.
He makes it, but still like half damage.
Yep.
It's so much. I use this spell in time. Wait, did that?
It's rolled 3 dice. There's 2 1s in there.
I saw that.
Ugh.
I need to roll another. I'm gonna roll another because I'm also dealing
Okay.
a higher level. Total of 8 thunder damage.
8. Okay.
Half for the one who made it.
Got it.
That's 3 1s.
Boo.
And a 5. No, wait, that's. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the shatter goes off. Mizui doesn't even seem to register it, and the Ice Guardian has a couple more cracks in his shell, but... Alright.
I'm gonna sad the rest of the turn, that's it.
Okay, Orin.
I will take my action to break out of the vines.
Yep, that is a
Do I
strength
have to-
check.
Okay. Check or saving throw?
Check.
Just check. So that's a 22.
That'll do it, yep.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna retcon that because I should have made another concentration check, and he failed his. So you would be free to use your action.
But I'd be, yeah.
Who, me? Or-
After the shatter,
Oh.
he rolled a
So
1 on his con check, so...
Oh.
So yeah, you can do as you will then. Sorry about that.
That's fine. So you said that the Mizui guy takes less acid and fire damage?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to...
Noraxis, you're on deck.
Fuck. Okay. Well, that I was planning on just burning my turn on breaking my restraint. Okay. Sorry. I will. I guess I'm gonna hit this dude in front of me with my hammer.
Okay.
For natural 20.
Oh, all right. That's ugly. Okay.
And so it's double the dice, right?
Double dice plus the modifier.
So.
Has it done it? Don't tell me roll 20. He's actually done the dice right.
So 18. 18. 16, 18 and 16.
34.
34.
34, and then I think 6 is just my strength and my proficiency. So yeah, 34 plus 6, so 40 damage total.
Ooh.
And the 16 of that is fire damage, if that matters. The rest is bludgeoning.
Not on this guy, it doesn't.
Okay,
He is severely wounded.
so 46 damage. Oh,
46 damage total?
yeah, plus divine strike.
Oh, yeah, because
1 fire damage. Is that? No, that's not critted. Or is that critted? No,
No.
I don't know. 1 fire damage.
I don't think so.
No, it's just dice.
Yeah, he's dead.
So 47.
Yeah, he's dead.
Cool.
His head
Alrighty.
has become a cavern. There's just no head left.
I like
Cool.
that. Okay. And then I will move. I have how many? 25. I'm gonna move down by Hazel.
Okay.
And then bonus action, I don't know, I guess dodge, whatever. Or I'll just put my shield up and get ready for any incoming attacks or anything.
Got it. Okay, then Noraxis.
Yep, I'm going.
Oh, I take that
Is that right?
back. At the end of Ulrin's turn,
No, that
the
might be the wrong way.
Ice Guardian sends out 3 ice shards at Marble, Elysia, and Ulrin. I need you to make dex saves.
Is this is targeted at me?
Targeted at you. Ooh. Yike.
For some reason, Marble keeps rolling really bad on dexterity saves, like consistently. So, I got a 12.
I got a 4 again, but this time I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, all right.
Use the
Or
shield.
Oh, geez.
5.
Jesus.
Yeah, and if this is to take half damage or not, I can use my reaction to take no damage.
Okay.
But
It would be no, there is no half damage.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's just
what
straight damage. So it's going to be 11 points of ice or cold damage to all of you who failed that save. So it'd be all of you. Okay, that's him. Now
Are you
Neuraxis can go.
sure
Sorry
a
about
12 doesn't save?
that. I'm completely positive.
natural 1 doesn't save?
No.
God,
This
right.
is not reverse day.
Rude.
Rude!
What can I get to? Oh, I can. Screw it. Yep, go in there.
Wow.
So I can't be flanked. So,
No, you cannot.
with my action, where is it? I cast Fire Shield at 5th level because that's the only level I can cast it at. As the flaming shield, so I'm resistant to cold because I'm already resistant to fire. So,
Okay.
minus something for that, so I don't forget that one. And with my bonus action from my shiny new armor, I will stab Little Snake twice.
Cat!
Okay. You are going to. No, you're stabbing Little Snake. Never mind. Okay.
little snake, no.
Little Snake. No.
10 will not hit.
Nope.
Second spike, please. 15.
Nope. Misses.
Yeah. So I set myself on fire, run into a dangerous situation, and miss twice.
I feel like that is
All according to plan.
Yep, totally
Nice.
fine. Totally
That-
fine.
And
Fine.
that's an Arax turn, folks.
I do. Yep. Okay.
Oh, also, I glow because of fire shield, if that matters.
Woo!
I give off light.
You're pretty.
No.
There you go.
You're so hot.
Alton is held. Can he can reattempt that save, right?
At the end of every one of his turns,
Okay.
he can.
Because there's literally nothing else he can do. Nope, that's a 5. So he's just stuck.
So he's still held. He's
He
still
is
restrained or
stuck.
paralyzed.
Yes. Oh, Bailey, where you going? Okay, bye, boo boo. All right. 7 is going to move to the other side of the pillar and kind of brace himself against that and fire 2 arrows at Mizui. Yes. Jeez, these dice roll like crap. First one misses. Second one hits, and he's going to use a chaos arrow, so he's going to use a lightning arrow to hit Mizui with that. Which he wouldn't know that. Okay, that's fine. I'm just, killing my own enemies. So the one hits while I roll that. Marble, you're next.
I'm gonna move the moonbeam so that it's like here between the big shit and the medium shit.
Okay.
And that's my action. I don't really have much bonus, so I'm just gonna scoot up here. And Elisha's gonna get a big warm furry hug and heal 10 hit points.
Woo! Okay.
And that,
Rolling.
that's my turn.
Okay. The other Yuan-Ti in front of Neuraxis is going to go ahead and make 3 attacks against you. One with a sword, one with his claw, and 1 bite. So 1 each on that.
Okay.
First one is a natural 20. Second one is a 7. Third one is a 17.
So the first one hits.
Okay.
And that's it.
And it's the sword. So that is going to be a d8, which I rolled a 1 on. So that's going to be a total of 4 points of piercing damage to you.
So thanks to Heavy Armor Master, I take 1.
Yep. Yep.
And he takes 2d8 fire for
Ouch.
daring to touch me.
How dare.
6 fire damage.
Oof. Okay. All right. That is all he can do. See, these were scary when y'all were 3rd level.
Not a good old thing. Things were simpler
Oh
back then.
gosh. At the end of
No.
the Broodguard's turn, the Ice Guardian is going to reach his kind of ice spike hand out and force a Constitution save on Marble. So I need you to
On
make a
what?
con save, Marble. What'd you roll?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. 22.
22, yes, that will do it. You could feel some kind of magic take over, like you felt for a moment like you were being enveloped in ice, but you managed to shake it off to no effect.
With my hotness. Was this the medium one?
No, the big one.
The big one. Oh,
The big one did that.
oh, the medium and big have to make con saves.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was just a legendary action on the ice guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The Ice Guardians is a 21,
Okay.
and Mizui is a 14.
Oh, so that takes full damage.
Okay.
It's gonna 17.
17, got it. Math.
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 Gross.
I know. That's what I thought. Okay, and he takes half. 8. Again, math is failing me here. All right. Mizui is going to go all in on Neuraxis because you're right there.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna get 4 attacks on you. The first 2 are claw attacks that come down. First one is a 29.
That'll hit.
Second one is a natural 1.
Nope.
This,
1 second. Can I use my blood curse of the eyeless on him? I assume he has many eyes.
many, yes.
To give him, I guess since you haven't rolled, I'll give him disadvantage on. Wait, I never know. Do I get to know what he rolled before I do the curse? To impose disadvantage on the attack.
Is it on one attack or?
I will amplify it to also the next attack roll they make. So
the next 2. Okay.
yeah, so the next 2 will just have disadvantage.
Okay. The next one, he reaches out with his arms and tries to actually, it's not a grapple, but he's trying to constrict you. So we've had 1 hit so far. Disadvantage, 14.
Nope.
And
Eat it.
the last one, all 6 heads come down and try to bite you at once. With disadvantage, I still rolled high. It's a 22.
Damn it.
That's literally my armor class, so that hits.
Okay. So on the claw, that is going to be. Let me give you that one. That is going to be 10 points of slashing.
7. Okay.
And then, and so you know all of his attacks are considered magical.
So So not 7.
And they're all considered magical. And then on the multiple bites that come down, that is 27 magical piercing.
Yep.
Plus 14 poison, which you are resistant to.
Yes, so 7. So that's 34. Okay, and then he takes 2d8 of fire twice.
Okay.
So 14.
7.
And
Okay.
actually, you know what? That last one hurt. I'll throw some slice on it. Let's hellishly rebuke him.
Okay. Sounds good.
At I have to. It's the 5th level.
Ooh.
So a DC 18 dexterity saving throw, or 42 fire damage, or half on a.
Well, he failed the save
Okay.
with a
But
12.
Does he resist anyway?
He is resistant to fire.
So 21.
Jesus criminy. Whew. Okay. He didn't like that. At all. Yep. And his attention had been focused on Hazel, but now that you're in his multiple viewpoints, all of the heads kind of snap around, and you feel like you're being stared at by 6 very large snakes.
Yeah, just backhanding with hellish fire, it's fine.
The Ice Guardian has to make a con save, right? For your Moonbeam Marble.
What did you say?
The Ice Guardian is in your Moonbeam, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Didn't they already roll for this?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
they
did
could
already
fit.
roll that. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I rolled them at the same time. Okay, never mind. Consider that a 20 that just kind of got out into the ether.
It's got out.
It's just got out, you know. The Guardian is going to come down and bring its 4 arms down on Olrin.
Yay.
Yay! So... Yep. First one, natural 1. Second
Ooh,
one,
that-
24.
What?
Second one is a 24.
You cut out again.
No! Second one's a 24.
24?
24.
That misses, I think? Hold on, let me... Oh no, that hits.
Okay.
23 is
one
my
arm.
request.
Second one's a 21, so no.
That
Or
hits.
third one, sorry. Last one is a 27.
That hits.
Okay, so you're gonna take
So
2
two.
sets of damage here. That is... First one is 16 bludgeoning.
Is it magical bludgeoning?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Plus 10 cold. Second one that hit is 8 bludgeoning. Plus 12 cold.
Okay.
Alright, so those the two arms kind of whirlwinded and couldn't hit. They do crack into the pillar beside Hazel, and there's a little bit of like dust and rock and ice that come down. But the other 2 hit. And speaking of Hazel, that would be your turn then.
Nice. Okay, so the big guy is now right in front of me.
Yep.
If I were to shoot, if I use ranged attack on him, would I be disadvantaged because he's right in front of me?
Oh, yeah,
Can I
you
shoot
would.
it? Yeah.
Awful close.
Or
Yeah.
do you have sharpshooter? Is that the thing that gets rid of that?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any feats in regards to shooting stuff. So, could I? Yeah, I couldn't even like. Well, I could skip, but I haven't hit anyone from this position here. He's just so big.
No. Your line of sight is blocked.
Well,
Yeah.
couldn't you hit him between the legs? You're short, right?
don't know.
I
Would
mean-
that give like any additional disadvantage or something if I?
I think. Do you not? I
mean,
think
I
you think
mainly wanted
disadvantage
to-
because he's messing with you rather than because he's so close.
I mean, that is all like it's like all totally Hallie's call of like.
I mean, I'm gonna say that at this point, your line of sight is either blocked or you're at disadvantage on the Ice Guardian.
Yeah. So screw it. I will risk an attack of opportunity from him and move. I will move over here. Yeah, then I can shoot him, and I can shoot this douchebag up there.
Yeah, you have to roll a concentration check every time you take damage.
So, like, do I roll it for the melee, then the ice, then the melee, then the ice?
No, just every
Oh
hit.
no,
Every
Or is it
hit.
just-
each hit.
Yeah.
So the melee and the ice. Okay, so what was the total of the first one was like? I mean, either way, I don't think I made it. 'cause
Either
I
way, you
got
didn't.
20.
Yeah.
20 something.
The
so it'd
first
be more
one
than 10.
would have failed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
So
that
it's
would have dropped. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna swipe at you, Hazel, with a ice arm for a 23.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. So while I'm rolling that, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack with my first arrow the big ice dude.
Okay. 16 piercing plus 13 cold.
Sorry, how much? I was rolling the dice.
16
total.
piercing plus 13 cold.
So that's
29.
29. Okay.
I assume he does magic piercing. It's not.
It is all magical, yeah.
Okay.
And if you're rolling
Yeah.
for a 23 to hit him, that definitely hits.
Nice. And I use my acid arrow and my right of the flame because
Okay.
I hope that does something on him. This time I made this nice little thingy that has all the damages in there. Okay, so that's 12 piercing. You know, if he has any resistances.
Jesus.
8 necrotic, 4. Oh, wait, which one did I put? 4
God.
acid, 8 fire.
Fuck. Well, he is
So
And
necrotic
purple
acid,
compared-
fire, or something do any extra damage?
he is not resistant to any of that. It doesn't
Yeah.
do anything extra. He just takes the full damage.
Okay. Okay, then he just takes 32 points
Just
of damage.
takes 32 points of damage. Mother Christ. Okay. Jeez.
Nice. And with my second arrow, no longer a special arrow, I'm going to fire at the Mazui. Still right of the flame, of course, because that is
Okay.
just ongoing. So let's see if that hits. 1 second. I'll be the thing. 22 on Mazui.
That hits.
Coolsies. So now I have another formula for when I have the Crimson Ray, but no
God.
special arrow. That is this one. He takes 27 points of damage. The fire would be halved, so it would be 4 instead of 8. So it would be 23 points of damage, right?
Got it. Yep. Okay. All right.
That's my turn.
It's your turn, Alicia and Oren.
Okay,
I can go first again if that's okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we're doing the same thing last time and hoping for better dice roll.
Okay.
So we're doing a shatter, but like just missing Rex, but not getting
Okay.
third.
So
That's
it just
fine.
hits
Then-
the 2 targets then.
Yeah, the
Okay.
larger Yonti, the ice.
Con save again, right?
Yeah, can't save for both.
That is a.
And I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it at a 4th level.
Okay. That is a 22 on the Ice Guardian. And a 23 on Mizui.
So half damage for both of them,
Okay.
and it's a 27 half.
30.
So
13. Okay.
13.
Got it.
Then I am gonna move, crouch behind this like half-frozen pillar, try and, like, not hide, but, like,
You would have half cover there.
half cover at least.
Yeah, given
Since,
your size, you definitely, yeah, you can kind of barely see over it, so, yeah. Okay, Orin.
Um, so I will. Let's see. I'm going to run up there and I will recast Hold Person on my asshole cousin.
Okay. Probably fine. That is a 14.
So he fails again.
He fails.
And yeah, bonus action, I will just kind of stand there with my shield, and I will. Can I like see if he's doing any, like my cousin was planning, like, cause why was he running this way? Can I make like a perception, like why is there like a hidden door over here?
There is
he
a
trying to
door
get
that's
away?
kind of partially
Is he
hidden
a
by the snow
douchebag?
drift. It looks like he was trying to get through that, and you stopped him just at the
door.
yeah.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay. Neuraxis.
Yep. Little UNT, whatever we're calling them. That's great. That's great weapon master. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit him?
A little bit.
Then 21 magical slashing damage.
Jesus, mother. He's dead.
Cool. I drink his soul.
Yeah. I think
16 temporary hit points.
Oh my god. That's something.
And then big crystally thing, big annoying bitey dude. Okay, we'll try the bitey guy. Why not?
Okay.
12. Probably not.
Nope, unfortunately.
And 2 War Pride stabs.
Yes.
At 29.
Ooh, natural 20. Yep.
So, oh, for Christ. Okay, so 3 piercing.
Okay.
And a 23. Does a 23 hit him?
Yes, it does.
For another 1. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's
Yep.
everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Colton is held. He's gonna roll that wisdom save and get a 14. So
Nope.
he's stuck. And
Good.
7 is... Yeah, gonna pull out 2 more chaos arrows now that he's gotten a better idea of what these creatures are resistant to. And deal psychic damage if he can hit. He's gonna fire at the Guardian. That is a natural 20. What the fuck? Natural 20 and a 1. So there you go. Couldn't be more balanced if I tried.
That's my boy.
I roll more natural 20s with this damn ranger than I do. Oh my god. You want to talk about dice? I have to roll 6 dice for him for damage. Yep. Jesus. I can math. That is 37 points of damage to the Ice Guardian. Psychic. And he's just gonna stay by you, Marble, to protect you. So it is your turn.
How damaged does the medium shit look?
The medium shit looks... he's fine.
Okay. I realized I'd done something weird. So I have the spells on roll 20, but I also have some more.
Oh!
So, yeah. But I'm gonna cast Blight at 5th level.
Fuck. Okay.
So he gotta make a con save.
Yep. Oh my god. What's your DC?
18.
Fuck. 17. He has advantage on magic, saves against magic.
It's gonna take 9d8
Mother
damage.
fucker.
Necrotic damage.
Fuck.
It's gonna take 50 points of damage.
Fuck!
And on the start of his next turn, he's gotta make another con save for a moonbeam because he didn't move last turn.
No, he didn't. Damn.
And Araxis gets a big hug. Like a really cuddly hug from behind. And he heals 20 hit points.
There you go.
That's my turn.
Jesus! Druids!
They're kind of OP.
Wrecking everybody's fucking shop.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Mizui's there. Let's resolve the con save against the moonbeam first. That is a 23.
Oh, for the moonbeam?
Yeah, so give me the half.
Oh, nice. So that's 9?
9. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can
Nice.
math.
Yeah, I'm feeling that way right now. Okay, so I have to look at this spell again. He reaches out he's got 6 heads, but only 2 hands, and reaches out his claw, and I need everybody who is not an ally of his, so all of you, to make a charisma save.
Is it magic?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
This is a spell.
I don't think I have anything against this.
Wisdom?
Charisma.
No, charisma? Charisma.
22.
Yikes.
20.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to roll.
Point.
18.
Yikes. 5!
A solid 8.
Oh, okay. And 7 rolled a... His charisma's not too bad. No, still just a 12. So Marble and Hazel and 7 all fail. The rest of you can start to feel your ears ring a little bit, but you shake it off. The other of you who have failed are deafened for 1 minute.
Okay.
There's this horrible... It's almost like if Elysia's shattered did something else strange. He's cast this iteration of a spell. So you are
But I
considered
don't-
deafened.
But no damage?
No damage.
Oh, okay.
And as a reminder, that condition means obviously you can't hear and you fail any ability check that requires hearing, or if someone casts a spell and requires you to hear it, it would fail. Okay. And he is actually just going to move a little bit this way, but not out of Nerox's reach. The Guardian has to make a con save for the thingy. That is a... Oh, motherfucker. That's a 29
For the what?
for the Moonbeam.
Isn't he out of range? Because he moved down?
Where did it go, exactly?
It was...
Pop it on. Oh, okay, so he did move. I'm
No. It was... let's see. It was, like, there or something. Like here or there.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's my bad. He will go ahead and actually bring all 4 arms down on Elysia at this point.
I have half cover.
You do.
Yeah.
And he's like 1,000,000,000 feet tall.
He can see you.
Is his
You
arm
have-
just long enough
He's
to
like
reach me?
25 feet tall.
Is his
I
arms
will-
long enough? I am sure.
Yeah.
Do you have shield? That's the.
I have shield, but I'm gonna see what it hits first.
Yes, Hazel.
I'm gonna use another blood cur. Oh wait, does this dude have blood?
No.
Nope, never mind. He's a construct.
He's a
I tried,
construct.
but there's no blood in there.
There's
so-
no blood
You
there.
tried.
Alright, so yeah, it would only add half cover would add 2 to your AC, but he's got a reach of 10 feet and you're technically there, so.
I shouldn't have been moved.
So the first one is, hold on, let me look. No, a 14. That will miss. Second one is a 27.
Shield is not gonna know.
Last two, dirty 20 and a 16, so 2 hits.
I am gonna use shield, which will cancel the last.
So 1 hit.
It
Got
will. It will not cancel. No, it will cancel the last one. So 2 hits. The 27 and the 20 because my AC is.
The last one missed you because you have a +2 to your AC.
Oh.
So then it's only
Cool.
1 hit if you use shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, shield wouldn't do anything though. So I'm not.
On the 20
Do
it
it.
would.
No, because then my AC would be 20, and he has a 20. That will still hit.
Wait, is your AC 13?
Shield adds a +5.
Oh.
Your
I
AC
forgot.
with the cover is
I forgot to add the cover.
17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be 1 hit. I
so
will
it's
cast
1
shield.
hit. Yeah. 14 points of bludgeoning. It's like a big, just ice hammer that comes down. Plus 11 points of cold damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, the cold is kind of the butt head there. And then he is going to just move this direction or axis if you want.
Yep.
You can make an attack of opportunity.
If you want.
I mean, if you have another reason to use your reaction.
You know.
Get him. No.
Nope. He's big, but his AC's not that low. Okay.
Oh no, because he wasn't. Elijah wasn't giving me a flanking. No.
Yeah.
No.
Hazel, you're deafened.
I can't hear anything. But I do see the big ice dude moving in on Elijah, so we'll shoot the aim 2 bolts right up his butt. His
Okay.
icy butt.
Fair enough. Yep.
But
Let's see. Hopefully he's not hit. First roll, 19.
That hits.
Nice. That is so. I have no special arrows anymore, so it's with my crimson fire, right? 25 of damage for the
Okay.
first one, and the second attack, 26. So
Definitely.
that also hit, and then the second one does 29 points of damage. You should not have given me this crossbow.
I knew what I was doing.
It's really good.
He's looking. He's looking not great. He's starting to fall apart in places, and as the ice cracks and falls off in sheets, like ice melting off of a roof on a warmer day, you can start to see the actual construct beneath that ice. The inert metal and the paths, the rivets between the metal plates that you would expect there to be fire and lava glowing through are just dull.
I have a bonus action, but I don't think I can do anything with that. So yeah, so I will just stay put.
Stand put. Okay. Alicia and Olrin.
After you.
So, I am take this and move back again. So he'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, he will.
But
That is an 18.
I was gonna... Yeah, shield is still up.
Yep.
So that doesn't hit.
Okay.
Good. And then... I'm not... I want to do some... sure if this one's gonna work, because... I don't know if he actually... I don't know if Mind Spike... Would I, as a wizard, know if Mind Spike works on constructs? Psychic damage?
This is not a construct you've ever seen before.
No.
So... Yeah, and you didn't really get a chance to ask Ulrin what this guy is. So
No.
there's not
I
really
would
any
just have a
check I
test.
can let you make. You can just risk
Nope.
it. It's up
Yeah,
to you.
I'm gonna risk it, but I'll
Okay.
keep it at... I'll keep it at third. I'll do it at a fourth, even if.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. So he has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. 24.
That makes it.
Yeah.
But he'll still take 29 half.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So 14.
and I see him take it.
He takes it. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna stand there. Yeah, that's my.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he is going to turn around since you just did that to him, and I need you to make a con save as you feel ice start to enclose on your form.
That's not good.
Con.
Nope. You are locked in a coffin of ice, and you are paralyzed for 2 rounds.
Okay, but no damage.
No damage. He's just taking you out of the field. As a reminder, you're incapacitated, you automatically fail strength and dex saves, attack rolls against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you is a critical if it's melee. Okay. So that would be Ulrin. She's locked in this ice. It looks like an ice coffin.
Alright. Do I have any idea of like what would get rid of that?
You can make a medicine check. I'll let you do that as your free action.
14.
14. Yeah, a restoration, although you don't know if greater or lesser would do it.
Okay.
Or fire, but she would take damage as well.
Yeah.
I mean, fire's always the answer, but that's...
Is it?
Sure! According to Marble, it is.
Always.
There's a lot of measuring going on.
I can remove it, but I feel like it's entertaining to see every
It
line
is.
just slightly shift.
I'm gonna use my action to dash and run up right next to my cousin.
Okay.
And I guess, is the door on this side or this side?
It's
This side?
right in front of where he's at, so let me...
Okay. I just
It
want
is
to like.
right here.
Okay, so I'll just stand on the side, like close to the door, and I want to start getting the chains of holding that we have in the bag out,
Okay. Fair
and then just get ready for next turn to manacle this punk ass, and then turn around and start fighting.
Punk ass bitch.
Priorities.
Neuraxis.
Fair though.
Still fight with the big snake boy.
Okay.
He's called the medium shit. Learn the
Medium
terms.
shit. Thank you very
Yes.
much. He has a name.
Yes.
27 slashing.
Yes, Jesus.
And I just need that 20. That's all I want. 14.
14
Nope.
unfortunately misses, but yeah, he'll take the 27.
Yep, we'll give him some
Yep.
walk ride jabs.
Yep. Yes, 25 hits. Okay. 24 hits. So 5 total. Okay. It's hey, you're chipping away at him. He's starting to look wounded.
Yeah, and I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Alton is still trying to shake that damn whole person off. 18? What's your DC?
It's 18.
Oh.
So at the end of his turn, he's unheld.
Yep. Okay.
That's fine.
But that's all he can do. Everyone okay? Orin's been hit. Okay. 7 is... Shit. He's gonna move. And for the first time in a very long time, Marble, you watch him pull a sword out. He doesn't usually use it.
No.
And is going to use his feline agility to dash as a bonus, so he can flank with Neuraxis and take 2 longsword swipes at advantage on Mizui.
God damn it, 7.
That is a 19, which just hits, and a dirty 20. Yep, those both hit. 18 points on the first, 20 on the second, 38 total. He's looking hurt. He wants this done. He sees Elijah getting smashed. He sees Ulrin getting hit. He wants it over with. He'll stay back there. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Marble.
I used my feline agility.
I knew that was coming. All right.
And I run. I think it's down like here. Oh, oops. It's like there. Because I want to angle
Fuck.
a. Oh, now it's stuck. Oh no, I can't. Okay, sure.
There you go.
Like a angle a line like here, so I don't hit Neuraxis.
Okay.
So maybe if I move one down, it's easier. I don't know, but I angle a line. Yeah, so like
I
something
gotcha.
like this.
Okay. Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that. They're big enough that you could do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast lightning bolt
Mm-hmm.
at let's go. No, let's just do it 4th level.
Okay.
Do it easy on him.
Dex save.
Dex, yeah.
Ice Guardian. 28. Mizui. Oh, that was bad. 15.
Ooh, nice.
So he's gonna get hit. Smash. Lightning.
So that's 37, and then 19? Question mark? As halved?
8.
18. 'Cause
18,
we was
yeah.
down.
Yeah. And that is lightning damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither one. They take the. Yeah. It's not further halved in any way.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay.
And then I just shout, sorry!
it got so close to Neuraxis and 7, you can see the static electricity make 7's fur kind of puff up a little bit.
Just gets like grounded through the whole
Yep.
suit. See the like.
And that's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. Mizui is... Neuraxis is the bigger threat. And I don't think he has... Yep. Yeah, he's gonna make 4 attacks on you again.
Yep.
2 claws. First one is a 24.
Could I just go quick? He has disadvantage on the next 2 attack he rolls.
Got it. That's still a 24 with a disadvantage.
Yep.
So 2 claws. The constrict is not gonna hit you with a 12.
Nope.
And the flurry of bites is a... God damn it! A 3 and a 1!
Nope.
Miss. 2 claws. Okay.
So, 2 claws.
2 claws. That is 12 slashing on the first. And... Fuck. I'm rolling like shit. 8 on the second. 20 total. That lightning bolt disrupted his concentration on trying to go all in on you.
So I need... Oh god, what have I done?
Okay. The Ice Guardian sees Marble and is going to put all 4 arms out and cast 2 ice blasts at you.
Gotcha.
So
Mizui takes 16 fire.
oof. He's looking bad. Okay. He's looking bad. Okay. First one is first ice blast on you is a 25.
Yeah.
Second one is I don't think 16 hits, does it?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so the first one. So this is all cold damage. 40 points of cold damage.
Okay.
It's bad. It's 7d6. Okay. All right. That is his. He is gonna move up to your ass, though. Okay, Hazel.
That's not my ass, that's my front.
Get your anatomy right.
Okay, we need to take this ice boy down. Pardon me, the big shit.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, and so I'm gonna shoot that arrow. 26.
That hits.
Woo!
Take this.
No, isn't that damage?
That's a damage roll.
Oh, that is a damage
Fuck!
roll. Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm an
Okay.
idiot. I had the wrong.
That's right.
We'll use the damage if it hits.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see if it hits. Damn it.
That
24.
Hits. That hits.
Okay, cool.
It's big
Well, then
target.
Nice. And then I hit him again. Oh. That is actually
that
an
hits.
attack roll.
That hits, yep.
That's a pretty
Okay.
My god.
And the damage for that is 17.
How do you want to do
Bad
this?
roll. I want to. Alright, so there are flaming arrows. So I like to imagine like he like reaches out for Marble again, and as he does so, like 2 flame arrows just go straight through his butt and just land and just land in the eye and just land in the ice on the left and right of Marble and just sizzle in the ground.
I love
Okay.
it.
I will say though, because as those arrows pierce through and shatter the last of the ice on his form, he collapses to his knees and
Ooh.
looks back at Ulrin, and you just watch the helmet go down and his form goes inert. So he is inoperable. He is not dead in the classic way that you would expect from an organic.
Thank God. I thought you were gonna say he falls on.
No, he's just kind of like Iron Giant style, just kind of landed on the ground.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like probably still beneath his knees or something. I see lost Marble and I give her 2 thumbs up.
I give thumbs up back as my free
Hey.
action.
Nice. And ooh, I still have a bonus. Okay, let's do this. And as a bonus, I do transform into a tiger.
Yeah! Bring out the beast. Okay. Let me find your. Where's your tiger? Where is it? Is the tiger? Hey. And then
There she is.
there she is. And I will give
I can't. Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
And
go.
I use a movement and join this party over here.
Party.
Just smirk in Mizui's ugly faces.
Multiple faces. Yes.
Yes.
All the faces. Okay.
I think you're talking about the medium shit.
Excuse me, the medium shit, the MS. I growl, I smirk at him and I say, "It's your turn next."
Elysia and Olrin. Elysia, you are
I'm paralyzed.
paralyzed.
I'm gonna stand here.
So, yep. There is no. You just have to deal with it for 2 rounds.
I
So,
have just one
round.
question about the paralyzation. Can I still use my portent rolls while I'm paralyzed? Or
No.
technically...
You are incapacitated. Which is just one
But
step
they're
above dead.
Yeah.
Technically nothing that Elisha does. It's
No.
just... Okay.
Nope. You still have your thoughts, but
yeah.
you can't do anything.
I mean,
and-
your body is basically in shock,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Because you're
pretty
cold
much.
and trapped.
So Olrin.
Okay, so action, I'm gonna take the manacles, or the chains of holding, and put them on this punk ass.
Punk ass bitch.
And then, just kind of like push him down, like make sure he's like away from the door.
Okay. You could do that.
So like 5 feet or
You,
something.
yeah,
like away
you could move
from
him into the
door.
snowdrift if you wanted, or
Yeah.
okay, kind of
And
shove him aside.
then
He's. But it's so good to see you. I can't believe you're here. Why are you? Oh, you don't need those chains. It's complete. This is just a massive misunderstanding. Really, truly. Like, you don't. Let me just tell you the whole story. I'll call off the snake boy. It'll be just fine.
Excuse you, it's the medium shit.
can I punch him in the face hard enough to knock him the fuck out?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
I'm gonna do
roll.
that.
Just roll unarmed with your strength.
Accidentally kills him. Wait for it.
Because he is a civilian, so it's like,
15.
yeah, that's fine. Just
All right, I
roll
just
a
wanna-
d4.
Just want to knock him out. I
Okay,
don't.
that's fine. That's fine.
2.
Yeah, that's fine. You can cuff him upside the temple hard enough to make him. And he's no.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Yep.
And then. And then I will. Shit, where's that? Okay. I'll cast Mass Cure Wounds. Here, like in this square, so then everybody within 30 feet of it heals.
Ah!
Yeah.
Nice.
Heals 14 healing,
Oh no,
Uh,
math.
plus something else, I think. No, yeah, just 14. 14 healing. And
Nice.
so yeah, and that's my turn. Well, movement. I guess I'm gonna move. Actually, no, I'll stay there. I'm just gonna like kind of like sit here and just kind of wait.
Okay. Neuraxis.
Just keep going with the
Yeah, you have advantage.
now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll just list him as a nerd.
26 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah. For 25 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Another 29.
Okay. He's on last legs.
And War Pride. Crits.
Oh my god!
So another 11. And then the other war product.
Wow. Yeah.
It's for another.
Okay.
Another 2.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so it's that 11, 13.
He's
30,
still
yeah.
alive. Holy shit. Not by
30,
much.
yeah, look. So that was 67, and
Yeah.
that's my whole turn.
Yeah, he's still alive, but it's bad. Okay. 7, seeing that happen, is going to just look at Hazel, and he's gonna make one strike that hits. Yep. And just as he brings the sword down on Mizui, right before it touches the neck on the main snake and he's gonna chop his head off, he waits for you, Hazel. I will let you act out of order.
I'm gonna get in there and just rip his main head off with my. And as I do it, I say, "This is for the order, you fuck," and then I tear it off.
Main head gets tossed in the air and blood spews. And he is no more. Oh, Bubba. Okay. We'll wait for Chris to come back. He's dead.
TPK!
He is dead.
We did it.
So he is
All
dead.
of the shits have been killed. Well, the little shit is still there.
Alton is
The littlest of
unconscious. The Guardian is inert. And we're way past time. So, we will pick back up
damn.
here next Sunday. Because we have a game next Sunday. So, January 5th.
Oh, we do.
And we will
Oh.
get...
This time? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Same time.
That's the day after we play Sig.
Yeah, I know. I'm picking up someone at the airport.
Ah.
I need to make sure.
If you need to be a little late, you can be a little late. It's okay. It happens. Life happens. So we'll pick back up here next time and hopefully get Ulrin his shield. We'll have a moment there. So, happy 50th game, everybody!
Yay!
Hey, we killed a lot of shit.
You killed the cult leader!
I did. Holy shit.
Killed the cult
We
leader.
did.
He's
Oh,
dead,
I
dead.
did it.
He's dead. And Ulrin found his cousin.
Yay!
That's gonna be a fun
It's not-
conversation.
It's not who I wanted to find, but that's alright.
It's a decent start.
I have a lot of pent-up anger I need to release, so that's fine.
You're a punching bag anyway.
I may need to take some new spells when I interrogate him.
Sure. Zone of Truth.
And I'll just need my room. No, not Zone of Truth. Oh, no.
Heat metal.
Heat metal. That's awful.
Inflict wounds, heat metal.
All right, so we will let you all go. Thank you very much. Happy 50th game to all of these wonderful people. But we are in probably last several months of this campaign, so it has been my pleasure and my honor. And we will see you all back here next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Game 51.
Yay! Is it Sunday yet?
Hey!
Yeah.
Be good, everybody. Be
Sunday.
good to each other, because that's all we really can do in this weird world. We'll see you all later.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.